Hi, everybody. Welcome to ZealZaddy. I'm Scott Coventry. My pronouns are he, him. This is Elixia, which is a D&D 5e campaign set in a homebrew world. We are on Season 2, Episode 21, titled Ley Lines, L-E-Y, lines. We have a lot of very cool things coming up pretty soon, one of which I'm going to tell you about because it's really, important to me and my partner in ZealZaddy. We are releasing our first product to drive-through and our Patreon next week, which is a supplement called The Beggar King and the Kingdom of Beggars, and it is a city, an urban environment organization. It's probably the closest thing I could call it. Set in a city called Vadashar. We're going to be releasing content that is all about the city of Vadashar over time on our Patreon, and the bigger, more interesting projects we'll release to drive through. This is about a 14-page piece. Well, one page is the damn license, of course, but but it's got some meat to it. It's pretty cool. We're super excited about it. I'm waiting for drive through to give me the okay that it's approved. But as soon as it is, you'll hear all about it. Follow us on all of our socials on Twitch or on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, eventually on TikTok, although it'll be at ZealZaddy RPG on TikTok when I figure out how I'm going to use it. Also, we are an Only Crits affiliate. That's a dice company that makes some of the most awesome, badass dice that I've ever seen. I love them so much that I decided to start shilling for them, I guess is the right word. If you go there, though, I'll post a link in the chat. You can save, I thought it was 10%. It's actually 12% on your whole purchase if you use the code ZealZaddy. And I'm now starting to cast. Tomorrow I'm put out a casting call for ZealZaddy Theater. That is our sock puppet D&D game that we like to do periodically. It is chaotic and stupid and funny and goofy and all the things that make the weirdest stuff in D&D the best stuff in D&D. All right, now that all that's done, let's get to the players because they're much more interesting and cool anyway. All right, here we go. Is everybody in the right spots? Because I just changed them real quick to make sure they were. Yes, everyone's in. Okay. Today, let's start with Morgan. Let's let him get his stuff out.
What's up, everybody? I am Morgan with Mindflayed Mondays. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me on social media everywhere except Twitter at Mindflayed Mondays. On Twitter, it's just at MindFlayedMon. I am the founder of MindFlayedMondays.com. It is a website where you can hire professional dungeon masters to run adventures for you and your friends. We also have t-shirts on Amazon, which I'm not wearing tonight because my birthday was Thursday and my wife bought me a cool Mind Flayer shirt and I figured I'd rock it. Thanks, babe. Love you. But we also have some content on the DM's Guild if you want to check it out. And finally, I run a podcast. We release episodes every Monday called Mindflayed Mondays Podcast. We're following a group of heroes called the Heroes of Oxus. We are on episode 14, and it has so far been a really cool ride. So check out my players. They're amazing. And with that, I am playing Vesryn Magic of House Magic, a wood elf noble wizard who is simply trying to find his nephew along with Cerridwen and eventually trying to save his mother and other people who have been taken from their home to another plane. And as always, I'm just really happy to be here with you amazing, wonderful people.
And you turned 25 again?
No, I'm even younger now. So
oh, nice. You're Benjamin Buttoning it.
I'm Benjamin Buttoning. No, I turned 38. Yeah. So if you caught that, that's.
And you're still afraid of trolls? Jeez. All right.
Yeah, still afraid of trolls.
Let's go to Natalie.
All right. Hello, I'm Natalie. She, they. You can find me most places on the internet with Ghost Candle, where I talk about tabletop stuff, my art. If you find me on co-fi.com/ghostcandle, that's where I post my role insights, where I go into my in-depth character creation and all the little secrets that I keep from my players. As well as finding commissions if you want to order any artwork of your characters and such like that, as well as releasing emotes. The last of my Metallic Dragons is this week, and then we'll be moving on to race-based emotes. So your drow, your goblins, elves, whatever there is, I'm going to try and do it.
All of them,
and oh yeah, and
all
just going to
780
be
of them. However crazy number there is.
Crazy number. And today I'll be playing our druid / warlock Thesis, who is a tiefling / elf. Maybe, who knows, learned some things last couple times. Mom's from the sea, who knows what that even means. And she's gonna do her best to help everybody.
Nice. All right, let's go to Blake.
Hello, everybody. I am Blake, he, him. I'm playing Hippily Amberwater, former personal librarian, but he hasn't been to a auction in a minute, so he's finding a new path in life right now, one that's maybe a little more magical. So yes, excited for that. You can probably find me on the internet somewhere if you search, but I'm not going to make it easy, so good luck with that. But yeah, excited to get started with this session, and like always, go to your local library because they're awesome and usually they're free, and if you have the ability to, why not? Because it's free reading. You can't go wrong.
It's true. All right, Tiffany.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I play Cerridwen Sagewynd. She's the bard of the party. Started out as an anthropologist studying the mysteries of Elixia and why people were vanishing on the island, and joined the crew to try to figure out what was going on there. And now her goal is to find her long-lost son, who is Vesryn's brother's son that she had with him in secret. And the secret's out now. So she's dealing with that fallout and trying to figure out where her son was stowed away for all these years. As far as myself, I run my own campaign called Dungeon Damsels. We release on Tuesdays and Saturdays on YouTube at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We do podcast and YouTube, and this week I released the another part of the horror campaign arc that I did. I did an underwater horror mini campaign, and I divided this arcs into different types of horror. So the arc we're on right now is survival horror in the submarine. It's a lot of fun, and I'm excited to play with these players here in the Mist campaign. Got great plot. We got great players.
Did you cross the 1,000 follower threshold on YouTube yet? I know you were close for a little while.
No, probably not.
Because you were in the 900s. I know that.
My fan base is very quiet. We're at 926. They're very, very quiet. I know.
We
I
need
have
to get you there.
So
it's silly to be under that. You need that extra 0.
it would be nice. So if you support subs are appreciated.
Make a post about it, and I'm gonna share it and post it all over the place.
Okay.
All right. Make a note of that.
And Jazz.
Hi, I'm Jazz. I use she, her, and they, them pronouns, although today I'm feeling very she, her today. You can find me anywhere at Cinderscoria. Wherever you see Cinderscoria, it's probably going to be me. Unless you're talking about The Rock, in which case that's just a rock. Ha ha ha. I also have a podcast called Blurred Grounds, where black nerds talk about black nerd stuff. You can find us anywhere you find podcasts. I'm going to be playing Jada today, our Warforged fighter / sorcerer, who has some secrets that they haven't told the rest of the party yet.
Oh, the whole party has secrets they haven't told the rest of the party yet.
Good.
There's so many secrets buried in this in those minds there.
Vesryn's an open book. Vesryn's an open book.
I'm a lot older than I look.
All right. So, do you guys want to do a recap? It should be pretty easy, so it was mostly just fighting last week.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay, Char. So we did some fighting. Char attacked us with some trolls and
Bugbears.
some fae and some bugbears.
We were trying to take Jada away.
Yeah, we find out about Jada's creator, Lucy. Well, at least Jada did. It was in Jada's head.
Yeah, nobody else found out about
No one else found out about that. We found out about Krakweir, who is the god that has been sending visions to Desis. We found out that Krakweir is known by many names: the Seeker of the Vessel of Fortune, Celestial of Destructive Forth, and apparently it's supposed to be dead, but it seems not so very dead. It alluded to one of the eyes. It alluded to Desis's pearl being one of its eyes, so that could be one of the vestiges of dead gods that I kind of named, like our chisel and our mask. Well, the mask was made though. Well, the chisel was made. So anyway, Char knows stuff.
And then there's a crazy connection though between Vesryn, Dwen, and
Yeah, we found out
and
the
Thesis,
connection
their
of
dad. Yeah, if I don't know if it'll get.
Oh yeah,
That was on the-
Vesryn.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we found out that Vesryn and Cerridwen, when they were on the ship, when we were on the ship with Captain Omari and Uslov and Morkant, we were attacked by a giant sea serpent, which is probably Krakweir. And Desis's dad was on that ship. So small world.
Mhm.
We had a little moment where we shared that information with Thesis while recovering, and both Hipley and Jada had another moment as well, and I think that's kind of where we're up to speed on.
Yeah, lots of moments were had.
Mhm.
A sea shanty was shared.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, it was great.
Vesryn went and took a trance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody is inside the library where you have 24 hours of time in there. So what do you want to do with your time? I mean, you don't have to stay in 24 hours, by the way. You could leave whenever you wanted, and
Probably rest. I don't think we rested yet. So I mean, I think at least like 8 hours
Yeah.
gonna have to be like some sort of rest. I think. I mean,
Yeah.
Hipley's gonna rest. Hipley tired, so he's gonna.
get tired.
He's taking a little nap. So sometime while he's in here.
Okay.
And Vesryn will obviously transfer 4 hours to get his full rest. And then I'm going to use that time to start investigating the other things that we need to look into while everybody else is getting their full sleep.
Where are you doing? Do you have gloves on though? If you're gonna touch those gloves,
If you
like,
already asked,
like
if you asked me to do that, I would be respectful and
please.
do what you asked. So don't worry, I
You
won't
should have
mess up your
said that.
buttons.
Now he will ask you every time.
I did. No, I asked first time we even got to there, but that's
Did,
full
yeah.
episode, the first time. So, but Vesryn knows.
Vesryn's respectful. I'm trying to remember. I have this stuff written down what we were looking up. So you guys go do your stuff while I look up what I'm looking up.
I will raid the fiction section while Hipley is sleeping, so he doesn't
Ooh.
know.
That's a very small section, but it's okay. It's okay. That's a small section, so it's okay.
He doesn't mind that one being emptied out. Although not the children's ones. He'd probably like to keep those in there.
Hey, a few, okay, like little nostalgia. Little,
All right.
it's
Tiffany.
fine.
Oh,
Cerridwen.
Dwyn's just gonna work on. She's just gonna keep working on the score until she has to go to sleep.
Okay.
So that's what she's just absorbing her time with.
And Natalie or Desis. I like that name.
Yeah,
Desis,
so,
by the way.
It's Greek.
Ooh.
So while everybody is either resting or distracted, I'm gonna take a moment and just at the dining table, where kind of we've all picked our spots. I'm gonna create little druidcraft over time, create little corsages of things, and each one individual to the person. So Dwen gets one made of iris, oat sprigs, and hawthorn, which is for friendship, witching soul of music, and protection.
Very cool.
Vesryn, his has fern leaves, egremoria, and the cambidium orchid, which is for magic and fascination, gratitude, and friendship. Hipley's corsage is of yellow rose, coriander, and a lilac aster, which is for friendship, hidden worth, and wisdom and faith. And Jada gets a corsage of white heather, forget-me-nots, and colt's foot, which is for protection, memories, and justice shall be done.
Very
I'm
nice.
gonna cry.
That was tender.
Wow.
That was amazing. Wait, did you say what your corsage is?
I did not make one for myself.
What?
Should.
If you're gonna make this look like the most beautiful, coolest prom ever, everyone has to have
Yeah.
a corsage.
Everyone.
I gotta look up more flower language.
Don't worry.
Now we got our name. Order of the corsages.
We're just
Alright.
a bouquet.
The bouquet. Yes, we are the bouquet.
Okay,
If
so
you
I have,
catch us, you'll be next to get married.
so I have Jazz rating the fiction books, finding the ones that they like. I have Desus making corsages and getting them ready to present, or presenting them. Vesryn is sleeping, and then looking up the things that was on his list.
Which I have now.
Cerridwen is working on the score until tired, and then sleeping. And then what did you say you were doing,
Hipley? Or
Hipley?
oh, I'm sleeping. So yes, I was
Just sleeping.
Yeah, yep, sleeping. Making sure Vesryn has his gloves on, then out like a light.
Okay. So, well, Vesryn wasn't sleeping, going into a trance. Okay. So, while you're working on the music, Cerridwen, you notice there are patterns running through it that will require your musicians. Somebody has to conduct them, and I assume that's going to be you, right? So you're able
Yeah.
to start taking cues on making sure that they align their timings, their tempos, all the things that it takes. And you're running through the paper, and when you go to get more paper, you find that there's more paper in there than you thought, of different types, including one that is labeled as onion skin paper, and that is very thin, and you can see through it.
She looks through it.
Yeah, and most of these sheets are fairly big. They're not little sheets. And make me a intelligence check.
Okay, dice. I believe in you. We were talking about telling our dice nice things. Rolled a one.
Okay, so you get your paper and you continue working on your music. And eventually, while working on
Interesting.
yes, while you're working on your music, Vesryn wakes up and comes out. Not
You
wakes
still
up,
awake?
comes out of trance.
Oh, twin, you should get some rest.
What? You know, she gets up and you like have there's like paper like on her face. And she's like, oh, right. And she kind of like peels it off, and the ink is like
Yeah.
has transposed it onto her face. So now she has
Right.
music notes on her face. And she's just like, no, I should probably get to bed. And it's just anyway, like she's big and awkward, and this desk is built for a human-sized person, so she's just kind of
Yeah.
like fumbling out
Totally
of it.
awful.
Well, I hope you have good dreams.
Oh, thanks.
And then I will look for the gloves that Hipley pointed out, slide them on, make sure they're nice and on,
Okay.
out of respect for Hipley's library. And I want to look up these are the 4 things that I'm going to be starting to investigate. Information about hags and Char in particular. Anything new about vestiges that we haven't already learned. And ancient sites on Wythe.
Okay. So, for the hag research, I'll drop into Discord what you find. Give me a
All right.
second. I'll get it dropped in there. You don't find a lot, but you find something on them.
Anything on Char in particular?
Yeah.
All right. It's somebody wrote she needs to die. I'm like, I know. That's exactly what I've been saying.
Everyone's just so mean to hags. Poor hags.
Well, first off, they're mean to everyone else. All right.
Maybe
We
people
went
mean
up
to
there
them
to
first.
talk.
I mean, they only like barter in souls and sell them to devils in the Nine Hells.
Yeah.
You know, it's just nuts.
We
It
went
is an
up there to
What's
talk.
the
Tragically
those are?
misunderstood.
Look, we went up there to talk. We disenchanted her Trent and caused a fight, but that was on her, okay? All right, let's see here.
So
Interesting.
there-
Actually, there's quite a bit on hags. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
On the vestiges, you find that vestiges are, there has to be the embodiment of a god in it for it to be a vestige. Make me an intelligence check.
I rolled a natural 14 and I have a +4 to my intelligence. So 18.
Okay. So based on that, the chisel would actually not be a vestige. It would be a powerful magic item, but not a vestige.
Okay.
And vestiges, in almost every case, have sentience at some point. Not always, not all the time, but sometimes they can be, their sentience can awaken. It doesn't mean it's the full godhood, but it is some form of sentience.
I'll make a note of that based on Gwen saying she heard voices telling her to put the mask on last time.
Well, it was trying to help because it would allow her to see invisible things.
Yeah. No, I understand, but I'm making a note
You know.
that, hey, these things might be able to talk, so maybe it was the mask talking to her. Because as of right now, she has no idea who the hell was talking to her. She's like, am I going crazy?
Okay, so, and you're going through this information and you find a book. Actually, make me I have to look at your sheet. Hold on.
My sheet, I have history.
You do, okay.
Yeah, it's one of my main ones.
Okay. Make me a history check.
Damn, 19 plus 7, 26.
You're
This
buried in here reading this stuff, and you come across this book that talks about, it mentions some word that you don't understand, saying that these places are on something that is called a linalale.
little lolly.
Linalale. And you don't know what that is. And it mentions it in a couple of places on a couple of things, saying that some of these ancient sites sit on the nexus point of a linalale. And
Now-
it sounds kind of fey-like, the word, but you don't know it.
Me seeing Lina Lale, is it L-E-Y at the end? Lay, like that?
Yes.
Lina Lale. I would assume that might have something to do with ley lines. That's my
Okay.
first assumption. I'm just telling you because
Okay.
if it's something like a fey word, which they would say things differently than us,
Yep.
and we're looking for something on a ley line, and this thing is talking about these sites are built on Lina Lales, there might be a connection there. Is there anything specific about any sites that I can find on Wythe that is named in this thing?
There is a place in a valley in Wythe that is supposedly sitting on a linalale.
And
On
do
a
you know the
on
name?
a linalale nexus point.
Nexus point.
It's a
Let me put
place
this
in a valley. It's not a. There's not a whole lot said about it. There's not a lot said about these places that are mentioned.
So there's not like a name to it or anything like that. Place in a valley.
And this is
All right, so there's-
this is very late into your research, and by this time, other people are waking up. You know, Cerridwen is waking up from her sleep. Desis has finished her corsages. maybe even one for herself. I don't know how many books you read of the fiction books.
Probably
Jada.
just one or two.
Okay.
Probably
You're
just
gonna-
one or two.
One or
Guess
two in a
it
couple
depends.
hours? You'll become
don't know.
very learned very quickly.
I can totally see like you reading right next to me as I'm like reaching. You're like, ooh, this is, I'm like,
Oh
You're
my
doing-
gosh! Oh my gosh! Is she gonna kiss him?
You found the young adult section. I don't understand. Wait,
What are
these
you
humans-
doing? Go back for her, you idiot!
yeah. And every time she does that, I like look up for my research, kind of like interested. I'm like, no, I gotta.
The real story of the gods hidden in there too. It's like the legit story.
And Hipley, you wake up. You start waking up.
Jawin, I was looking at vestiges,
Oh,
and from the
yeah?
information I've seen, I do not believe the chisel is an actual vestige. But but the mask I do believe. And you were saying during the fight that something was calling to you to put the mask on, correct?
Yeah, that happened.
I'll pull the book out and I'll go to those pages with the gloves on still, and I will indicate to her the section where it talks about how vestiges apparently can sometimes have like their own thought process. They can speak to you. It's like they're partial sentient. So perhaps the mask is what is actually speaking to you, which could be concerning, or could have just been helpful. We do know that the mask sometimes seems to be hard to take off once you put it on. So we should be.
She's just like nodding as you talk to her.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's just I'm really glad I'm not crazy.
Yes, well, I am as well. I thought you should be the first to know.
Oh, appreciate it.
We should probably tell Desis as well, in case her pearl starts speaking to her.
Yeah.
Also, have you, in your travels, I know you studied a lot of things with the Fae.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard of the word Lina Lole?
Make me an Arcana check.
She kind of thinks about it. Oh, no way.
I
The
as
theory,
well.
but
I have proficiency in Arcana.
That's a 12.
I mean, Jada is right there. She's
Yeah,
in her books.
I know.
Never mind then.
So some things are accessible to certain people based on
Yeah.
their heritage.
Yeah.
I got a 12.
With your bonuses,
Yeah.
you don't really know the word.
It sounds kind of familiar, but not really.
The way it's written, for sure, is some kind of Fey,
I mean,
old
definite,
Fey word.
definite
I-
Fey root in how it's written, like the language structure.
Well,
Don't
hear me out.
Recognize these roots.
We're looking for ley lines, correct? Or places along ley lines.
No.
This thing speaks of old places in Wythe along linaloles. Ley and layers are both those words. A nexus point, it also speaks in the book. So perhaps the linaloles are either
Or-
similar or something close to
Or
a
the
ley line.
I
Yeah.
mean, it tracks. If you look at it, they're doing the same things.
Yes, but it does indicate there's a site in a valley here on Wythe. Perhaps we can
Oh.
inquire in town if we ever get past Char and her marauding band of Fae and Beast.
Yeah. We'll
Um,
have to deal with her before we start assembling an orchestra in the middle of a valley.
Yes, but it's something that we should look into. Perhaps that'll be the perfect place to perform said orchestra.
Yeah. We'll have to
And I
figure
also
out-
found all this information on hags, which I would have
Ooh.
transcribed some of that information so I could share that with everybody. So that way you guys can all
Yeah.
see without having to go through the book.
Ah,
So anyways,
uh,
I'm going to go get my magic ready and I'm going to study the turtle shell shield, and then I will join you guys for breakfast.
all right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look at the hag sheet. But
Yeah, there's a little info on some known hags. And while you're heading in, what are you doing, Nisus? You finished up your flower corsages.
Well, yeah, once those are finished, I'd probably want to journal a little bit and then squeeze in a long rest.
Okay.
I'm pretty tired.
Okay. So you're going to get some sleep.
As I do, like, walk by everybody in the library, sheepishly look back at the dining area and then just continue on.
Okay. All right. What are you doing now, Hipley? You're awake. You're rested.
Probably the library, see what everyone's up to. Gonna stop by Tahana's room and just kind of look in, and then go meet a friend out there at the library. I assume that's where everyone is. So yeah, so stop by her room, just kind of look inside. I'm not touch anything, just kind of just glance, and then go meet everyone at the in the library.
Okay.
As you're walking out, the Vesryn's walking past you to go back into the room to rest and study, and he takes the gloves off and slaps them on your chest. Not hard, just like, the gloves are very helpful. Thank you. And
Thank
then
you.
I will.
And next
leave
time you
him
can put
to-
them back where you found them, but thank you. I'll put them there this time. Thank you, sir.
I mainly did that so you know I wore them. I make sure you know they are. Yes, they were
Insight
very
check. Just kidding.
helpful.
Teach you the whole time.
I'm like licking the pages.
I really do
Dog ear
appreciate
in
that,
them.
Vesryn, because some people don't take care. So I really do appreciate that. Seriously, thank you.
No, as a fellow lover of books, I completely understand and agree.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna see like Jada with the kids book. Like, where did you?
Which,
You need to put those.
What?
Okay, those.
I
You just need to put
didn't
those
know
back.
you
I don't know
had
where you found
such
those.
Taste.
Where would you?
Honestly, it's very impressive. I liked this one a lot. This one is a close second, though.
Oh my gosh. I know those are. It's so good. I can't believe. Why didn't you go after her? You know. Oh no,
know,
no,
honestly,
we're not.
right?
No.
Honestly,
These
and
are
the
going
fact
back.
that it just like totally took off and didn't even say goodbye.
I know.
Why?
I cried, but you know, it's.
If I could cry, I would.
Oh, you can't. Oh.
yeah, you're looking at these books, the Hardened Heart and Romancing the Stone, and you're like, wow, really?
Oh, I love Romancing the Stone. That's a classic.
Wasn't it so
Wonderful.
good?
Oh, I love it so much.
Honestly.
Just you should just join in on the book conversation.
And
What was the other book's name? What was the other? I'm writing these down. These are
no.
canon.
You walked away. You walked away. You're
No,
gone.
I'm writing down for my notes.
Romancing the Stone and the Hardened Heart.
Harden.
It's hilarious.
I gotta check my Dwin notes because she wrote. Yeah, I actually had her write a fiction, one fiction piece, and it was a romance. It's a romance because she was kind of upset and bitter after her breakup with Vesryn's brother, so she wrote a
bitter romance.
a bitter romance book about it. And I
Man,
just have to figure out what I named that.
Fascinating.
I need to know that book.
Interesting.
I want
Yeah.
that book.
I need to know that book. I didn't realize that I read young adult novels now, but apparently I do.
And Hipley, one thing you notice though, there are several books left out that are just laying on the table, open in some places, not dog-eared or anything, but just not put away, and sort of there's a book that talks about hags, there's books on
Vesryn would have put the books away. Vesryn wouldn't have left them out. He's not that cruel.
well, Cerridwen was looking at them with you, and you went to bed, and
I would have left a couple out just
Cerridwen
for
might
him.
actually still be looking at them, but gotten caught up in the discussion of romance.
I found my note. I didn't name the book. That's why. It says she did write a steamy book about her and Eldrin, but she would have split the different aspects of Eldrin's personality into
That's
two
right.
different characters. His dark personality exposed an unfailing jerk, and a soft side is the caring love interest that eventually the protagonist is wed to. Basically, her way of dealing with his rejection and projecting her desired outcome in one book.
Oh,
What is the name
Vesryn
of that
definitely wants to read that
Girl,
if he
I've
knew it
been there.
existed.
I should. I'll have to think of a good name now.
Yeah.
But Hipley wouldn't mind because I know I mean, I do rather you guys clean up a little bit, but we did fight a couple of trolls and possibly Char was helping out. So, just when you guys are done, just please, just if you can put it back, refund, that'd be perfect. And I know you guys are going to probably already planned on it, but just saying,
Make an intelligence check when you are at the books.
Ew.
Because they're open and
Ew.
put away.
That is a whopping 9.
Okay, so you close the books and you put them
What
away.
I was keeping them out. I mean, if they're still looking, I wouldn't put them out unless I knew they were done.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, because like I understand that they're looking, and we had a pretty crazy encounter. So
All right, that's nice. That's kind of you. So
they get this one.
There's one of the books talks about some known hags of the world, and there's a little info there. One of them talks about these linolale things. You don't understand that. Nexus points. But you do know a lot of the places that are mentioned. You have seen them on maps, on some of the maps you have. And like as you're going through it, you're like, where you don't know, you've never been there and you don't know exactly where they are, but all these places that are talked about as being nexus points, you've heard a lot of their names and kind of have an idea where they are, like what countries they're in and stuff, that kind of thing.
Do I have the maps? I assume I have the maps available, right, in my section of maps?
Yeah, they're
That
put
probably
away,
would.
but yeah.
I don't know what these Nexus things are, but these places seem kind of... Hold on a second. I'm going to get down, start pulling up the maps.
It feels very random. The places are just like
Kind
just
of
a
put them
weird
out.
mix of everything.
Neatly put the books away to clear out some space for the maps. Kind of put them out. Like I said, I don't know what a Nexus point really is, but it looks like the place we're talking about is here, here, and here.
And I'm going to drop in Discord what the map looks like. Give me a second.
The romance, I named the romance novel. It's
I
called
just saw.
Thundering Heart.
Thundering?
Thundering Heart.
Oh,
He's
so
like
good.
this
Thundering or sundering?
He's gonna ask Dwayne off in the side, like, so if you if you do have a copy of the book, did you tell us did you tell us about the book, or were you just thinking
I
about
kind
it?
of want to yeah, I think she would bring it up.
Okay.
Just kind of casually. Was anyone read Thundering Hearts?
Yeah, but
That's
if,
so funny.
No. Is it good?
Yes.
Then I want to.
I'll get you a copy.
I mean, not that I read that kind of stuff, but I mean, if I had a copy, so yeah, if you have one, that's fine. Yeah, I'll read it.
Scott, can I have a copy of it?
Yeah,
Fine.
sure. Why not?
She's like, oh yeah, I think I got it in my bag. Since she comes back and hands it to you.
Looks like the author's name, like what? Oh.
So
Well, this is
You
also...
wrote this.
Yeah, it's a bit different than what I usually do.
So I'm gonna find a quill. If you, you don't have to, but
I
if
can
you,
certainly sign it for you.
thank you.
Why?
Oh, because sometimes signatures, especially for something like a first edition, just makes it more. I don't know. It's silly, but it just makes it more special. Just when it's like signed by the author itself, it just adds something to it. I mean, usually monetary value, but in this case, just it's special because I know the author and I don't know too many authors, so it just makes it more special and kind of meaningful. It sounds kind of silly when you say it, but I don't know.
I mean, if it's special to you, then it's special.
Writes out to my friend Hipley.
Takes the book. He's like, yes. He's gonna keep it. He doesn't keep it with the other books. He has a special place for special books. So this is not going just in the library. It's going somewhere else.
Oh, I'm so glad Thundering Hearts is who I with.
Yeah.
So, Cerridwen, are you still able to read that book, or is it just too painful to read now?
feel like it'd be like a little too painful for her to read right now,
Oh,
just from
gosh.
like not because of like the trauma, but because she's just like embarrassed about her own feelings of her younger self. Like if you've ever like read like your old like
Poetry.
love poems to someone you never sent them to, and you like read
Uh.
them and they're
Mhm.
super cringy, you're like, oh my gosh, that was so possessive and weird. Like
I
so
still have some.
yeah.
No joke, but
Me
you know.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me too.
that same vein.
We'll share the next episode.
No, we will not.
I don't think you want to hear mine. They're pretty cringy.
Yeah.
But Dwight, after I would love to discuss it with you after I get done reading, if you would mind, because I love kind of getting to the author's head. So, I mean, not that I read fiction all the time, but you know, it's if I did, you know, that's
But it's
something I
twins,
would
so you
do.
have to. You, like,
exactly. Yes,
absolutely
exactly.
have to.
Right. Yes, thank you, Jada. Exactly.
Justified. Mhm.
Well, we'll have you read it, and then we'll have Jada read it, and then
Book
we
club.
can talk about
Oh
it.
my gosh, I never had a book club. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay.
What's a book club?
But anyways, I did find
You read a book and you talk
I
about it
did.
together.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Oh.
We will talk about. Trust me, we will talk about this. But in more kind of disheartening news, those what do you call it, those nexus point things? I don't know what they are, but if you look on the maps, I kind of marked out. The names, the locations sounded kind of familiar, so I think I know where they are. So, but I'm not sure that's a good thing because it doesn't. I don't know. Nexus point doesn't sound like it might be anything too safe, but either way, here they are. If you guys want to take a look at these maps, here's their locations at least.
Yeah, you find one map that actually mentions the word that you were looking for in the name of the map. And that's the one that I dropped in Discord. The Linalale.
Oh, here we go. Of the known world. Nice. Oh, here we go. Open.
I need to get my Discord open too, because I want to see that.
Discord is loading. Ah, there it is.
Ooh. Oh, look at that map. That's beautiful.
And it's, I mean, you can even see where you are. You can see Wythe up there in the
Yeah,
upper left of the...
Oh.
yeah, right by the
continent area.
spires and Arundel.
Yep. And
Okay.
all of those places and more are on this map than what was in the book. But
Wait,
there's
there's
a
more-
relationship, so...
Ooh. Hmm. Oh. I mean,
So,
makes
Hipley,
okay,
how would I make you make a library science roll? What would that be?
Dewey Decimal System? I don't
Be a straight intelligence?
I think it would just be straight intelligence, yes. Let's go straight
Ooh.
intelligence.
let's see.
You're smart.
We could kind of treat it as like a
Ew.
skill
The
check
dice-
with the proficiency, since we're like a
The luck-
Yeah, there you go, with
Librarian.
proficiency. Yeah,
Interesting. Well, that's going to be 22.
okay.
nice.
So, as you're going through it, the name of the cartographer, you think you have something written by that name somewhere in the library.
Hey, give me a second. Let me see if I can find. So I'm gonna look and I'm gonna start just searching through. Okay, I'll go through. Am I able to find the book? With that
Given
22?
given a little time, you find the book, and there's a book of a bunch of different cartographers and their thoughts on things in the known world. And this particular one had some very interesting concepts.
You guys,
that
take a look at this. Hold on. I think the cartographer. I actually have the book by themselves. Surprisingly,
Oh,
look.
It's not about him.
But it's a
He
book
is
he wrote about.
one
yeah.
cartographer who wrote out some of their own ideas, and they talk specifically about these Linalale. Oh, damn it! Hold on, I gotta do it in parts because stupid Discord won't let me do it all at once. So I'll do a first paragraph. It's not really that long.
Oh.
Ooh, this is what Vesryn would definitely.
And one more. Okay, there's some junk in there now. Vesryn's like magic sense goes tingling, and he wakes up.
He's
like,
back out of the
he's
trance.
like, oh my! So, he like pops up.
I was in a trance. I'm in the room looking at the shield.
Oh, that's right.
Your spidey sense tingles.
They're looking at something. Oh, let's see. They're oh yeah, this is a ley line. Let's see. Alignment exists drawn between various historic structures and permanent places of extraordinary arcane power. Yeah, sounds like our alley. Oh wow. Blah blah.
Ooh.
There's a theory that they are the remnants of the creation of the weave by magic by. Is it Bioros?
Bioros.
Bioros. By Bioros. He is the god of arcane and master of mists. And the most potent nexus points are at intersection in the 12 inbound lines. A didacum. The 30-degree patterns were determined by laid by Geminique, god of mathematics, the master of artificer, and a collaborative effort to bring power to.
And if Jada's like, of course, it was by the master artificer.
To bring power to their worshippers. Other gods discover this, and they also are able to harness the power of the Linalale. Known major nexus points, Elixia. She's just kind of, that explains a lot. Moraletta, the Eye, Wythe. Well, you don't have to go that far then. A couple suspected ones, Arensreg, Desiker, Grubor Answad, House of Light and Dark, Korat, Spenward Isles, the Swell.
All of those
even
are on the
reports
map.
that some mages get some little boost when they're near it too.
Oh. That sounds nice. Concentration must be used for even the weakest spells in these areas. The spell may become a fount, whereby they cause arcane energy. Oh, wow. You can continually and uncontrollably until the fount dries up, or the caster does. I have to be careful.
So I imagine, like, when the caster runs out, that's just death. I figure.
Kind of sounds like death.
It kind of sounds like death. It could also just mean you expended all your ability to cast.
Yeah,
Spell slots.
The spell slots. What are those? Do I have
Vesryn,
those?
you walk in as they're going over this in this book that they had found.
Vesryn, we found something.
Yes, I've been listening. Very interesting. Please continue.
I'm actually gonna go see if I can find Deesis. I know she's sleeping, but like,
get Deesis.
Jada
Good
doesn't know
job.
that.
Yeah, get everyone. Oh, a bit of a snag. Many spells have unintended, sometimes detrimental or moral effects when near a ley line. Alright. So it sounds like it basically boosts them a lot, but a lot of chaotic things can also happen.
Similar to wild magic, I'm assuming, in some aspects.
Probably some kind of, it's like a fount of wild magic a bit. Old magic mass spells have a better ability to quell the more dangerous aspects due to spreading of arcane energy to help any one person handle it at once, but a particularly weakened person may collapse the spell. The collapses can be dangerous or mortal. Some of the states being affected are proximity on Nexus Point. Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like group spells have a better way of handling just the mass amount of magic going through it. But they could still be, you could still die. Could still be dead at the end of it. Oh, probably Okay.
Probably everyone.
Hmm.
Probably everyone will be dead.
Thanks, voice in the
This
sky.
is lovely.
This is a great thing to walk in on
here we
after
go.
trying to sleep.
How to
With that,
detect
I am
them?
going to get something to eat because this is Yes, I'm going to. Yes, I'm going
We're
to.
gonna need a lot. Yeah.
Hey.
Gonna get some chamomile going.
I
How
was
to
actually
detect?
going to say that if Jada found Thesis sleeping, I wasn't gonna wake you up.
Oh.
I was gonna let you sleep. Everybody
Okay.
else got to sleep.
And I am still sleeping.
So I'm gonna go to the kitchen because I think I remember Thesis looking into it too, but I was like, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna make sure, yeah, because that's still kind of Hipley's mind too.
You were saying something else, Dwen. There was another part.
Oh yeah, how to detect them? You have to be pretty specific about it, but you must cast detect magic. You can concentrate on detecting a ley line or a nexus point. All other magic will not be seen within this mode of casting, and your hands must be palmed down to the earth or sea.
I will make notes of those in my own like spell book in the sense, or underneath my detect magic, about how to use detect
The
magic to
alternate
detect.
form of detect magic.
Yeah, I might have to make a custom spell called detect ley lines.
The nexus point will show an entire area which will glow with a fire-like arcane energy. Without it, the spell will look normal. Ley lines cannot be seen this way except by a trained geomancer.
Never heard of that.
I can see Vesryn with his hand out like a metal detector. Beep, beep, beep.
They're not necessarily straight, and they tend to flow for a long time, much like the god's lights,
Which is the northern
northern
lights.
aurora lights.
Yeah.
Near some nexus points, the area is obvious even without a detect magic spell. Well, alright.
I'm like looking over his shoulder. It's not uncommon for them to flow along a river. So perhaps if we look on the map and see a river that runs into a valley, it might give us an idea of where we should look for a site.
Well, we do have a known site on Wythe, as well. But valley and river, that's where are we? Are we in Delius?
You're near Wythe.
We're near Wythe, yeah.
You're in
Is
the
there
woods.
a river on Wythe?
Yeah, there are rivers here.
Oh, okay. Alright, so that's pretty good. You know, we know there's one on Wythe, and then if we have one by the river and by this valley, that's pretty good. Pretty good shot.
And we know how to detect it as well.
Jada, make me an intelligence check.
Me?
Yep,
Weird.
I know.
I'm not good at intelligence, you guys.
You are great at
You can do
intelligence.
it.
Positive.
Nat 20.
Come on.
New dice kicked
18.
in.
Yeah. It
It has
wasn't
been foretold.
it was a natural 20, but I have a -1 modifier, so it's a 19.
It's still a nat 20 though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're listening to this and you're seeing the map and listen, and your mathematical mind starts connecting like the points on that it mentions, and you realize there's a pattern to all of these, and many of them, these lines flow out at, you're pretty sure it's 30-degree angles, just like divisions of 12. You think you could probably even draw the connections and understand where these things are. I mean, if you had some paper that wouldn't ruin the map, of course, because Hipley would be very upset about that.
Taking a long time to forgive you, but do what you need to do.
I can find it.
What? You can find it?
I can find it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I just
okay.
well, I can't draw on the map, but if you
Oh.
Hipley.
Wait, no, I got the
hear
perfect
draw.
thing.
I heard draw already in there. I'm like, someone say draw on what?
Dwin just gets up and then goes into where she was working on the score, and then gets the onion skin paper. Comes back.
Oh, that's wow. Can you see through that? Hold on, wait.
You knew that
Wow.
was there. You just
Oh
You
yeah.
never thought about it because there's nothing you ever used.
True.
Oh, cool.
Puts it down.
Well, okay, so like almost all or possibly all of these are at 30-degree angles. So if you just follow the lines like this, I'm just gonna
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Wow. Jada, that's
Can you-
incredible.
I
How
couldn't
did you
tell.
just what?
It's just math.
And when you
Yeah.
do, there's a new map that I dropped into Discord for you that shows the difference now with the ley lines that you were talking about.
Oh.
Elixia and Wythe both have a lot of lines crossing through them.
Yeah, they do.
Especially very powerful points. I wonder,
Which-
because I see several others that are
Cerridwen,
strong too.
you would know that would be a didecum, which is a place of 12 lines coming together.
Morletta is one of them as well. I would assume the ones that you have on the list, the known major ones, are probably the ones that have the most lines crossing through them. The eye, so there's the eye right there. The eye has a lot going through it. And then Pintley, we gotta find Pintley. Pintley, yes, look at Pintley as well. So they're by Umar and Kitara. It's between those two. It's a little point right there.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. And there's
right in
another.
the middle.
But it's just a theory.
It's a pretty solid theory, though. I would assume.
Oh, I mean, we have.
Jade, very well done. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Just those. Yeah, Nipper would have. I know it's just mathematics, but that still takes some skill though. So that's awesome.
Glad I could help the nerds out. This is a new feeling for me.
What do you mean help
Someday
them out?
you might
You
be a
out,
Hurtful.
you
I
out
think you might
nerded
be
the
a secret
nerds.
nerd.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. There's a difference.
That's
Where
true. You
is
did
the-
math.
Where's the cold shore? I'm just.
It's Cold Shore is more towards Eridania.
Eridania.
Eridania. If you look up there, right by the E, there's a little dot called Cold Shore.
Oh, there we go.
Has it been a while since that Deeza's been asleep?
Yeah.
'Cause I'll probably go. I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna check up because like we're making all these discoveries and I feel bad not having her with
she's
us.
she's had a long rest.
So I'm gonna go see if she will because I feel like we're discovering all this and yeah. So I'll be right
Okay.
back.
So you go to get her. Desus, you're sleeping, and you kind of in your dream you find yourself in the water, swimming, treading water, not beach water but deep water, and it's dark. It's night. There's a strong moon out. The Mava is out in full. And it's the water, even though it feels cold, it doesn't feel like it's hurting you. And you can see all the stars.
I'm kind of treading there, just lean back on the water so I'm more into a floating position as opposed to trying to exert any energy to swim.
And when you do, the waves start getting a little bit rougher. You can feel the movement of the waves kind of rising. Maybe the moon is doing it because the moons affect that. And you see sort of off to one side that the other moon is also crossing the sky, which that always means rough seas when both moons are up in the eve at the same time. And you feel like the pull of the waves to the movement of the moons. You're able to swim fine. It's not like swimming is an issue for you. And you feel something move in the water under you.
Kind of quickly just roll over and kind of dip my head under.
It's dark, but you think somewhere down there you see something moving. Maybe it's a whale or something who's kind of rolling under the water. Make me a wisdom check.
Wisdom. I'll use this one. Ooh, okay. 10 total.
Okay. So you're swimming and floating, and the water is getting a little rougher even. Whatever it is below you, oddly, it's still, if it's a whale, it's really huge. It's still going. But you can feel it's like you can feel the water moving under you from this whale. And you're pretty distant from it, but you can feel like a wake from the whale, and the whale keeps going on. And you, after maybe a minute, you realize it's still going. And that doesn't seem possible for a whale. They don't get that big. And suddenly you see the whale ends, and there's a huge cut. And the whale ends abruptly like it was cut in half by a sword. But this whale is so big, it just disappears into the depth of the water below. And trailing behind it is just this huge pool of blood pouring out of the back of the beast, like just a massive wound. And following it are sharks and sea beasts that are just gorging themselves on the remnants of tissue coming out of the back of the whale. And it sort of disappears down into the depths of the water. And then the sharks, even though you're there and could totally be gone after, disappear. And you feel the pressure of the water slowly disappearing again. And then, Hipley, what do? You get in there and you see her kind of tossing and turning and a little bit, almost not like fighting it, but kind of moving more gently, but moving in her sleep back and forth.
So try to quietly just get her to wake up Jesus, so yeah, just gonna try very gently, just kind of nudge them awake if possible. Just
while you're in there, you hear Jesus, and something comes up from the depths, and it looks like a sea serpent with a mouth that could swallow a ship.
Wait, I see this or Thesis sees this?
No, Thesis sees it.
Okay, good. I was like, whoa, okay. Okay, we're good.
And it comes up towards you and it stops. And you can see the back of it just continue moving. And you realize that it's sort of writhing in the water from where it's cut. And it looks like it's cut in half. And it has these huge spines that come out everywhere. And the beast is just looking. And then you get shaken by the waves really hard, and your eyes open, and Hipley's there.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Oh, I did not mean to dream.
Are you okay? You seem kind of a little.
I think Craig Rear reached out to me.
That's Serp. Oh gosh. What did they? What did they want? What did they want? What were they?
I think that I'm trying to piece it together. I think they were trying to show me something. They were definitely massive, but they were cut in half, clear on through their body. Didn't get to learn anything beyond just imagery, though. They said my name and then I woke up.
Oh gosh, so hopefully I didn't, wake up at the worst time, but mean,
Well,
I'm sure he'll.
you said her name. Maybe it was you that said it. Woke her up.
I would really. I was like, I was just calling her name too a second ago, so I don't know if that was. I mean, it could have. I guess it could have been me, but seems a little too. With everything happening, a little too coincidental. I don't know.
I wouldn't know if he was cut in half. We just know he's suspected dead.
But can the dead still reach out? I mean, I guess if they're like, I don't know much about gods, things like that. So I mean, maybe they still can, but I don't know. That's jeez. And how are you doing with all this? I mean, it's all happening. It feels so quickly. I mean, are you okay? I mean,
Everyone's.
I know not okay. I mean, as in finding out you lost a loved one, so not in that kind of sense. But I mean,
There's a lot. I have a lot of rage I could wish I could take out on something, and if we meet Char, I'm definitely going to take it out on her.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, that's just a person.
But I think most of it's from a place of not quite understanding much. No. We all seem to be picked in some way.
It will help. It will help figure this out, though. Like Vesryn's super smart, and then Jada, you should have seen math, mathematics. You'll see in a second, but we will definitely help you with this. So with whatever library, like whatever books you need, the library is yours for. We'll see if we can find anything else about it. I mean, maybe there's some other things that were missing before. So.
Well, gods do have an interesting way of giving us information that we do not understand until we have to understand.
You're telling me I look around this place like, yeah, yep, yep.
But you came to wake me up. Is there something going on?
Oh yes, we may have found something about these the lays. You'll see. I'll show you maps and crazy things and magic and yes. Here, come on.
Well, I understood maps. I like maps, so let's go check the maps.
You head in.
So
when you get in, they're all pouring over books and maps everywhere. Even Jada, who's drawing.
Jada.
I compared. Oh, let's fill you in. So we fill her in.
Yes.
And
wow.
yeah, but look. Also, I don't know if this is important, but look. I was comparing the positions of the hags, and they're all next to a ley line.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a hag in Elixia. What was her name?
Oh, there was one.
You don't know.
I don't know.
And you're not even sure if that one is still alive. It was more legend than fact.
Yeah, they're all either next to one or right on top of one.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah, so I think they. I don't know. I think there's something to that. Well, it would certainly lay into why Char isn't just leaving. This place is rampant with magic.
Oh gosh, well, we can't go there to face her though. I mean, because we read what it does to magic use. What would that affect?
Yeah, it'd be dangerous if we tried to regulate away from her.
Jada, when you finish drawing the lines out, it points to the nexus point being in the valley that is right behind the forest, or at the back of the forest that Char lives in.
Well, I found your valley.
Yes.
That's the good news.
What's the bad news?
It's right behind the forest that Char commands.
I'm still waiting for the bad news. We plan to deal with Char anyway, yes?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well,
That's so optimistic.
That is pretty optimistic. I mean, I wasn't very excited about the ley line nexus being in Char's backyard. But
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
I guess
that
it
is
does
where-
make it easier.
we're going to have to deal with that
With
anyways. I mean, she
the
just
stuff.
sent how many bugbears, other small fey creatures, and trolls after us. Damn near killed us.
Who knows
Santa flying
what she
thing.
has there, though? I mean,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Not
if
fine, whatever.
she had that, yeah, that thing. Ooh, I think
And
it's some
people
scratch
dogs.
marks from that.
Freaky dog things. Anyway, sorry.
This is true.
So I mean, who knows what she has over in that territory? I mean, I guess Vesryn's right. We're gonna have to go there, but oh,
Well, according to this, she does have a coven, which is, according to the notes, is pretty rare because she's a fey fiend, not just a fey creature. So covens for them tend to not last very long. Perhaps by us being such a thorn, it could cause them to break down. You know, if we're this much of a hassle and they want to do things and Char's trying to get them to focus on us, and it's just not worth their time, perhaps we can weaken her.
and plus we do need to do something because it is affecting the town because all the birds, remember. So that's we probably should probably deal with that sooner rather than later because who knows what she's doing with all that. I mean, we know the dolls that she made. What if she's making it for all these people? You know, with the
I have a theory about that. What if she's, if she can, in a sense, control her voices with these dolls? Who knows what else she can control? If she gets all these people and turns them into her own army, we have to deal with citizens who are good people being turned against us.
people looks paranoid around at everybody. Yeah, that's a
I
good.
don't.
That's a good point. But I guess
I
for
Also had a realization maybe she's not doing it, but she was after the book. And you mentioning voices can be used to create music and song.
you don't. Wait.
That is a good
Where are you
point.
going with this?
You know something about what it is that we've discovered. Maybe she
Perhaps she's
knows she
trying
has to put together something to use the spell.
That's also a very
True,
solid
maybe she
theory.
was trying
gosh.
to steal
She
our-
would have no qualms about sacrificing everybody if it meant getting what she wanted.
If she could control their voices, she could force them to sing the song. She'd have her own
Yeah,
orchestra
she'd certainly
voices.
have enough people to generate the needed network of group people and spells.
definitely
That is
need to
terrifying.
The sooner we deal with her, the better.
Yeah.
But hags probably don't like music.
I don't see anything in the notes about hags not liking music. No.
They're definitely into, some obscure,
They're
Some
like,
experimental
I-
music.
experimental music.
there might be a note here that they like medieval
jazz.
metal music. Medieval metal.
I mean,
Oh,
Fae,
by the way-
Fae in general are very connected to music, so it would make sense.
I want-
anyway.
I just want to verify we were able to get a long rest, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm marking my long rest now before I forget. And then we walk out, and I have no spell slots and 24 hit points. It's just Char
Mhm.
2.0.
It's over here for you, Dad. I mean, so we're really going to. Oh man, and you remember that forest too? Remember? Oh my gosh, the prickling in the blood and.
Yeah, that's yes.
Oh, I'm flying this time. Well, actually, no, because she has those flying creatures. Never mind. Well. Hey, dude, let's eat something first. You know what? This is.
Yeah, well, let's at least get
eat
some
something
food
before
in
we
us.
die.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go in. And
Oh, again, those corsages finally. I'm waiting so long.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh,
what on,
what is this?
on earth?
I made them a bit ago.
Oh,
Aw.
it's
It's-
beautiful. And then she'll just put it in her hair.
What is it?
Oh.
Like a token, I guess you can say. You can have it if you have a place on your shirt. You can pin it there, or as Dwinded, you can put it in your hair. And I did write like little slips of paper of what each meaning of the flowers
Aw.
are.
Thank
You
you,
give
my
us
little
gifts. I feel
bud.
so rude. Oh, I did give you a book though, so I'm okay. So okay, I gave it a gift, so you know I'm good.
Do you have one?
I didn't really get a chance to make my one yet. I wanted to get you guys
to.
and go to sleep.
Well, we're not leaving until you make yourself one. So
Right now.
Well,
Going.
we're not going anywhere. So
technically, Hipley, it's only until the 24 hours is up, and then we definitely are going somewhere.
and then we're staying in that spot until it's.
Yeah, then it becomes a question of do we get thrown out or do we get sucked in?
Ooh.
How much time do we have left, by the way, at
I
this
was gonna
point?
say,
Just out of curiosity.
I was hoping Jada was gonna keep time. I was like, Jada, you're good with time. You can just.
You're like 12 hours in.
Oh, we're good. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You're good. You could probably get another sleep in just before if you wanted.
What area were we in? I mean, are we in like a noticeable people were just like, what the heck is that? Because I know we're in that weird
We kind of popped it out in the woods because we were
on
running
the trail.
towards
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we just kind of find a clear spot and put it down.
Next time, yeah.
It moved the brush away. We're good. It moved the stuff away. Just...
Yeah, look, it's fine.
Mhm.
It's flat now.
We'll just have a nice
We go back. The whole
flat
thing just
spot.
cleared out. Like, ooh, well. But anyways, Dee says you have to make yourself one purchase. We got a little time. We still have like at least 10 or so hours. So, and then
Yeah, and we still got to make breakfast.
yes.
Well, first I'll make the herbs for the breakfast because
Oh,
thyme and basil and all that's very important.
And then Hippie just
What
looks
were
at Dwayne, just like pleading, like, I mean, if anyone wants to cook, last time someone made some really awesome and delicious. If if someone would like to.
I don't mind cooking. Jada, do you mind giving me a hand?
I don't mind. I like cooking.
Dwayne, you don't have to though. No. I mean, you already cooked before, and I can definitely. I
I
can
don't
make
mind.
some
I
too.
like my own cooking.
Well, if you insist, okay.
I'll just provide the herbs and then I'll sit down and make my corsage, which that's done.
You can make an herbal corsage
I could.
in case you get hungry later.
Yes.
Just eat it.
In the middle of battle.
You know how we saw the other hags with Char?
Yeah.
I've seen them, so I could reach out to them with sending.
I'm good.
Whoa. Are you telling him this? Like, are you telling us this?
I'm telling you this. I'm telling you guys
Oh.
out of character.
Above table.
Oh, okay. I was
I'm, telling you
like,
this. I'm not in Vesryn voice. I'm in Morgan
I was
voice.
gonna say he doesn't have his accent on.
So why not put it in Vesryn voice?
I might. I was just thinking on the idea of maybe trying to cause problems for Char's people. I could maybe send one of our hags a message. But what would we want to say to try to fuel a dispute? Do we want it to be very like, we're not worth your time, you're only going to lose more? Do we want it to be like, try to turn them against Char?
I was gonna say that. Yes, I was gonna say yes. Make them fight each other, and then, get some allies. I mean, enemy of your enemy is.
Only working
I'm
with
saying.
Char. Only working with Char can only cause you pain and suffering. You really should walk away before you fall with her.
Or
But what if they throw that back at us with some sort of deal, though? Because those hags love those
Mm.
deals. They'd be like, "Oh
No
yeah,
deal.
sure," but
There is no deal.
it's more the
Walk away
believable.
or you die with Char.
I mean, there's that. I would just say, I think it might be more believable to say that we think Char is going to use you for.
Yeah, she sees you as tools. She sees everybody as tools.
instruments.
She's not worth dying for.
Yeah. I mean, even if the hag doesn't care what I say, it could at least sow doubt in her mind that she might spread to the others, cause a rift between them. Since we probably have time to still rest, I can change spells afterwards. But
And they can't do anything back, right? So I mean, if we do that, they can't
well, she can respond back to me. She can respond back to me, but generally speaking, I don't think she can harm me through my own spell.
I mean,
But I mean, it's magic is magic, and there's always things that we learn, and there's always a chance that it could be. But if there is a way to maybe cause a rift between her and her coven, it might be worth worth doing?
Well, I would say to go for. I mean,
Worth a
it's
shot.
just words. Yeah, it can't really hurt. I don't think it's gonna. Worst case, it does nothing. But at least, like you said, might as well try. So.
Yeah. Give it a
Now,
roll.
the ugliest and meanest looking one of the other two.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's eat, and I'm going to think about what I'm going to say. But that's the one I'm going to be contacting.
All right.
Are
We gotta think of the 25
be
words.
like, like really like, hey, or just kind of, you'll let us know. I guess it's in your mind, so you're just gonna have to tell us.
I'll tell you what I plan on saying before I say it, and if you guys have feedback, more than welcome.
And the food smells really good.
Pristine chopping too. Jada, your chopping is seriously
I think
like.
she's so good.
Very
Look at these
precise.
cubes. Like
It's
everything's
so
the same
fine.
shape. What in the heck?
It's just so evenly cut. I made a quiche today, so
Ooh, yes. I mean, if hold it in, trouble you too much.
no, quiche is fine, especially if you have all these fresh herbs.
He already has like a fork in it already. Like, okay. Yes, of course, yes.
And so she just starts dishing it out.
And food is
So it's served.
finished.
Ripley goes to
prepared,
town.
served.
Oh man.
It's delicious.
Why can everything be this good? I mean, why can't we just have good meals with good company? Want to go fight some hag and some gods and their story and music? Like, ugh. See, after this is all said and done, like we just need to, I don't know.
Those things
Maybe-
make the meals better.
I guess like
You
I found them
appreciate
else
it,
again.
Thanks, voice in the sky.
You're right. Never,
You're right, voice in the sky.
never mind.
And you finish eating. Did you come up with your words, Vesryn?
Still in the corner working.
Jada looks
We
longingly
could make it
towards
into a
the
song
food.
almost. Maybe like some sort of kind of song or a poem.
You can eat it.
Yeah, but it won't taste anything.
You
Like,
Even
what's
with-
the point?
even if so, if like above, like if I presentation, like I can make them feel anything, taste anything. Because I think with that, you can like add.
Yeah, you
flavor
can
to
change
things,
the way
right?
something's
And
taste,
so
yeah.
could Jada magically like taste something like if it's like presentation?
That is
Yeah, why not?
fascinating.
I'm gonna
That's
try that.
interesting.
Okay, so I'm like,
I mean, everyone
hey,
uses it for other senses. Why not taste and smell?
Jada, hold on a second.
That's
try,
if you have the ability to taste or smell anything.
Well, try, here, just
I don't think-
try this. I'm gonna do something.
Is it?
I
So
mean,
it
if I
kinda-
don't have
Boy,
taste
that-
buds,
Man, that's something I'd have to.
how do I magically
I'm
taste?
doing
I
it.
wouldn't be able to recognize it. It's like
Perhaps,
Yeah.
perhaps your
I've-
creator made it to where you could taste things and you just don't know because you never tried.
Here, I'm gonna try.
I've
this.
tried.
Just try
Oh,
this.
then.
Have I
Just-
tried?
Have you tried? I don't know. I haven't seen you eat since we've met you.
I am very old. I have a hard time believing that I wouldn't have tried food at some point.
Well, did
Yeah,
you
of
eat
course.
anything when you were an old man?
Okay.
Yes. But that's different. My body was different.
But do you remember? Did you?
Taste things?
Whoa, that's a good.
This
I
is
just- I was so
Really?
fine.
This is truly fascinating.
Just entering like
Oh,
a
look at-
circle of loading and does not compute.
This is
Blue
truly
screen.
fascinating. This is truly
At least
fascinating.
just try this, okay? Like I did something, just see if you can taste this. Like just so I take some quiche, like do presentation and make it more quiche-y, to really accentuate that quiche flavor. So just
I'll
try
let Jazz determine whether there's
it.
taste to it.
We're just looking, just like
If they want to
anxiously, just
taste
like
it, it's on them.
I can't taste anything.
Okay, can't taste it.
I can feel
Ah.
it though. I feel like I
it's
would be
so
able
sad.
to tell whether it's warm or cold.
It's so
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
no.
I mean, food isn't just meant to be consumed; it's meant to be enjoyed. It's so sad that you aren't able to. Because I think if you could enjoy it, you would understand why people like it so much.
Yeah. But at least taste is all the other things to enjoy too. I mean, yes, you cannot do that, but at least you can still other things you're gonna definitely enjoy, just like reading and things like that. So that's not be all end all. I mean, it's just kind of taste things. It goes away. So
I think I may have my 25 words.
Oh, yes.
Oh, all right.
So, and if you have input, please. So, how are you since we last fought? Char will use you and your sisters. We are coming for her and anyone who stands with her.
I don't think we need to ask how are you.
That's the question is.
I mean, you're so
the question,
polite.
So
I mean,
polite.
No.
Then
The
get out of way.
question is to remind her that we fought them and beat them back. It's to remind them that we were not worth the time to pursue. I'm reminding her of our conflict.
it's like, but I
I kind of
I
agree with
don't know if
Dwayne. I don't
she's-
know, like, if
don't know if
that's
they're
gonna
that
bring a.
smart or like have that much
No.
of a emotional
No, it's
social intellect to piece that together.
yes, please. If you have some other input, that would be 7 words that we could replace. Then
That's hard.
exactly, which is why I was trying to come up with a nice way of leading into what we're saying, but also reminding her that we will kick her ass like we did last time.
And what if they don't like really remember? I mean, I guess they remember us, but what if? I
That's
don't know.
I'm pretty
too
sure
much.
they
I don't know, still reeling from last time.
I'm pretty sure they will remember us. I mean, that was a pretty memorable fight. Hags rarely have to retreat like that. So
I think we really need to try to push like a specific thing that Char is using them for. Like, Char is planning to use you as part of the magic conduit and doesn't care if you die, basically. Because
don't
she
even-
already knows that that she's being used by Char. I don't think they're friends. I think they just sort of agree that they have kind of the same goals.
And the book even said that the type of hag she is not particularly good at holding covens together.
which is why I'm going for this. So what would you? So Char's using you and your sisters.
It could be a stronger
Killer.
coven without her.
Char's. Let's see. Like, Char's interests do not lie with you being alive.
I kind of like Decis's idea there. Char's using you and your sisters. Your coven could be stronger without her. And then we are coming for her, anyone who stands with her. Letting her know that they could do more without her because we're going to kill her and anyone with them.
Okay, yeah, that's.
We're gonna take that. We're gonna take them out too. I mean, because that is
mean-
kind of true.
Well,
if they are there, I plan on laying.
I mean, if
of
they're putting
fire.
up a fight, then yeah, we're gonna have to take them out. But if they're not there, then I'm not gonna go look for them.
Yeah, we
Right.
kind of got bigger fish to fry.
True. I just know they're near towns. That's what I was thinking about.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Without her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And that's exactly 7 more words, by the way.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So literally replace the thing. Are we in agreement with that? Char is using you and your sisters. Your coven would be stronger without her. We are coming for her and anyone who stands with her.
I think that's a good message.
Jada.
Pretty solid threat. I would be afraid.
Well,
Make sure you say it very like gruff, like very.
Yeah, you had a gravelly voice the past few times, and now it's a bit cleared up.
I've been a little under the weather, but I am starting to feel a little bit better. So my voice is returning to normal. So yeah, I will send that message to Char, not to Char. Sorry,
Well,
to
you
Char.
can't.
Suddenly.
You can't cast it from within the house.
Oh,
You
oops.
can't because that
yeah.
spell says you
Yeah,
can cast
'cause of
across
the-
planes.
You can't
It's a
cast from within the house.
Oh, okay. So I'll step
'cause
outside
of
the house.
sigil.
Yeah, in the
in
room.
the
But is
library.
it's just the library. I was thinking you meant like because we're in another plane. I'm like, I think I can cross planes with that spell. So
Yep.
all right, so yeah, I'll step out of that magic zone or anti-magic zone, and then I will send it to the one of the hacks.
And you said make me a wisdom check.
That would be a 12 total.
It doesn't reach that person.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, I have how many? I have two. Wait, 2 or 3 spells. I have 3, so I will try the other one.
Okay.
The same message to the other hag. Another one.
And that one, no, you don't have to make a check on
Okay.
that one. And that one, Char's on her own. After your bird killed the other, I decided I'm better off without her.
Oh.
Bird.
Awesome.
Yeah, the ibis.
She did eat her.
When the
I
ibis
was like,
plucked
Yes.
it up. When Dwayne and I were walking, we thought
Oh my
just
gosh.
right, like a little claw
Awesome.
machine.
I just assumed that was Char, but no.
Vesryn
I
comes
like
back
it.
in with a big smile. Well, it seems like I had to cast a spell twice. Because the first one
Oh.
I tried to reach. I think that was the one that the ibis ate that you guys talked about.
Oh,
oh,
Whoa.
'Cause
well.
this-
Well,
the
that's why
second
it
one-
wouldn't work. Huh.
The second one I reached said that Char is on her own. After the large bird ate the other one, she has left. So Char does not have a coven with her that we know of, unless there's others part of it, but I highly doubt.
That's why
But
she's
there's
pulling
others.
out all the stops.
Yes.
She's
We've
nervous.
really done a little kink in her plan, which is exactly where we need to be.
Yes.
I'm still kind of disturbed that ibises eat hags. I mean, it's good, but whoa, okay, but yeah, at least one's dead.
Yeah,
I know
this
we should
one's
do.
on.
Hipley, how long is it again till this house can return?
I think like
7 days.
7. Oh yeah. Ugh.
So we rush back to Mama Medusa's. Wait 7 days. Go out there, drop the house on her.
Ibis.
Eat her.
Grab her ruby slippers.
No,
And then
no,
the
I-
ibis eats her. Yes.
A
I don't
lot
think
can
we have that
happen
much
in
time.
7 days. Yeah.
I know.
A lot. Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
already
that-
know that. We already know that she can come into Mama Medusa's place. She's already done it before. So, if she
Oh,
really
you're
wanted to
right.
come for us, I doubt Mama Medusa's home would stop her. And we're not allowed to have weapons in there, so I'd rather not be caught
Yeah.
unarmed by a
Yeah.
hag. So, we really should deal with them soon. I'm going to go get one more rest in, get my spells back, and perhaps change a few spells out in case we run into her creatures once more.
Which is looking very likely. Well,
Yes. Desus, thank you for this beautiful corsage.
How
And I
far are we from town?
You're about 2 hours walk.
Well, we could try to go to town and collect some things that we might think could be useful for our fight. Unless you guys want to just go dive in.
I mean,
I'd rather us
Down
all
to-
be together. The last time we split up,
true.
what kind of things are we thinking about inside the town?
Well, it'd be nice to have some potions.
True.
Things can get kind of thin between us.
That last fight was pretty.
Should we get a drink at the cantina?
Ooh.
It wouldn't hurt.
Certainly wouldn't hurt to get a drink at the cantina. I'd also like to get a couple of javelins. Just so I have something to throw if I don't have any spells left.
You know what? I need to get a new bow and arrows to replace the ones that I lost.
Alright, so we'll try to get to town and
Well, yeah. So are we leaving? Is everyone rested and good to go?
I'm going to rest one more time because I just spent
Yeah.
several powerful spells, and I like to get those back in case we need them on the road.
sure, I'll just go back to working on the score then.
What are the other
And
three of
I-
you doing? Well,
People's looking at Jada, and Desus is like, well, So he's seeing what they're gonna do. He's like, all right, well.
Well, first, because everyone's demanding it, I'm making my own corsage.
Yeah.
awesome.
So it's going to have a base of coriander, which is of hidden worth.
Aw.
I'm going to do sea lavender, which is a symbol of success and remembrance. And some jasmine, which is a symbol of healing.
I like it.
So
Gold
sick.
star.
And then since I had that dream, I'm going to see if there's anything else on Cragmere, like how he might have died and what all that is about.
Yes, and I definitely would show if you have any questions. I would show all the books
Well,
that me.
you would need Hipley's help to find anything like that in the library.
Oh, definitely.
You'd have to make
Hipley?
that library
Yes.
check roll.
Can you help me on finding stuff after from what I told you about my dream?
Oh yes, of course.
All right, thank you.
And what would that be? So that's just
Intelligence.
Gotcha.
Intelligence check.
You come on.
Until I figure out something better for library science.
Intelligence
that's a
with
nat
proficiency.
Nice.
Damn. All right. You find
This
a
is
very
important.
obscure book that talks about the deaths of gods. And there's only a brief mention of Krakwyr, but Krakwyr was in the deep sea when part of the world was torn from it, and half of him went with the other world, and it supposedly killed both halves.
Oh. So I relay that.
And because that was
Interesting.
God's magic and God's powers, they don't heal normally.
Oh.
He's kind of been alive, healing the beasts of, or not healing, but feeding the beasts of the sea at least. Because in my dream, I saw various kind of predatory creatures following in the blood trail.
I mean, and then I think your dad himself was also kind of proof of something else. I mean, wow. That's a lot.
Cerridwen, make me a con check, please.
On check.
Yep.
Oh, it's a
You're working on that. You're
Oh no.
That's a 7.
yeah. So you're working on the stuff, and you just, you know, you love the music part, but sometimes the math of all this transcribing and stuff gets kind of dull, and you fall asleep, head on the paper. But the good thing is while you're sleeping, you can hear the sound of the sea and the dunes by the ocean rolling through. Can you make me a performance check, please?
So I put all 3 of those other dice in dice jail. So I
Uh-oh. Those dice were in trouble.
had to find my other dice. Like, I should have it. Alright. Okay, well, I found one d20, so that's better. This one knows how to behave. That's a 22.
Okay. So you're hearing the music of nature very clearly in this dream. You can hear the burbling of the water, that in your head you're transcribing it to instruments, and you hear the water burbling, and there's like a creek or something. You hear the ocean waves rushing in. You hear, and you can see like the grass swirling with the sound. You know how when there's wind and the grass swirls and has movement on it? You're hearing the movement more than just seeing it. And what's really interesting is as you're doing it, you can kind of in the distance of in this area, you see people standing in a circle around you, and they're all kind of looking away, but you think you kind of hear their voices, maybe on the wind and from the distance. And then one of them starts walking towards you out of the circle, from the circle in the distance. They're using a cane, they're walking slowly. And
Can I
go
move
on.
in my dream?
Yeah, it's your dream.
I'm gonna so she just go to that person.
Okay.
She feels drawn to this person with a cane.
All right, nice. And you hear like there's a little bit of in the distance. You know how you hear like thunder off in the side in the distance, but it's delayed. You see the flash of lightning. You hear the sound, and you think you're hearing syncopation in the rhythms, which is much more difficult to write and play. But you know that good musicians can do it. And as you're getting there, this person, they're like in a cloak, you hear. She says, "I'm listening too." And then she looks up and pulls her cowl back, and you see Char looking at you. And she says, "I think I understand, but can you play it? Make me a wisdom save, please."
Oh, okay. That's okay. That's a 14.
Okay. Hold on. I have no dice. You take 8 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
And you, from the pain of that, wakes you up.
When?
What happened?
She's just like, give me a second, I'm not even sure what happened. I had well, lately I've been kind of having these dreams, and it's kind of how I've been figuring out the score. It's really ephemeral, hard to explain, but I kind of can get a sound or a rhythm from sounds of nature, and it's not the first dream I've had with this sort of thing happening, but this time I guess I was really deep in it. I could understand it a lot better than usual, and all around me I saw these people, and they were singing, and one approached me, revealed herself as Char, and she says, "I think I can understand it." I mean, and she can understand, I think she's alluding to that she understands also the music that I'm trying to understand, the music of nature, and she asked me but can you play it? And then I got a massive headache. Oh. And I woke up. So I definitely think Char is trying to do the same thing. I don't know why. But I think she knows we're also trying to do the same thing. Also,
But
I don't like her in my dreams.
if we're trying to do it too, does that not speak to how? I mean, what is this something like we can even control? Then I mean, if Char's trying to do it, should we really be trying to do it as well? I mean, is this something that we can really control?
Well, I think it's more of a neutral power more than anything. It's just a fountain of power she wants to access. If she doesn't, if we don't do it, then she will, or someone else will.
Well, we understand that, especially on the recent notes of the hags here, she's somehow suspected ally of Karos, which is biggest concern because vestiges.
Yeah,
I'm just afraid we're playing it as something else's hands. I don't know.
I definitely see that as a valid concern. I think, honestly, in a lot of ways, you're probably right, but I think it's also the answer to what Vesryn and I are looking for. It's just unfortunately also what they are. There's definitely going to be a cost for what we're trying to do.
Well, if it's helping with that, then that's fine. I did forget about that, so no, that's worth it though. I mean, that's so no.
We can make sure that she doesn't get it.
Oh yeah, especially if we just make her very dead.
Very, very dead.
Mm-hmm.
Super dead.
Yes, dead people are terrible at playing music. Yeah. And you don't feel as rested as you thought you'd be when you fell asleep.
Yeah,
But-
she just keeps rubbing her head like or someone who has like a really bad migraine. She's like, I get some tea, I get some peppermint tea or something going.
Maybe rest for a bit.
So, what are the rest of you doing now? What is everybody doing now? You know, the time is starting to tighten up on having to leave the library, and you
So
know
kind
you're
of-
getting.
I didn't respond to
Jada knows exactly how much time you have.
I didn't respond in that last one because I wasn't sure if that happened while I was doing my trance or outside of it. But I mean, I have nothing else I want to do in here. I am trying to pick one last spell. I did whisper for Tiffany to see what she thinks would be a good choice. But
Did whisper with the rest of us? Okay. I don't care what spell you choose.
Keep your
No,
secrets.
this is a tough one. I'll say it to you guys. I would even say to you guys as I wake up from the trance, I'm preparing my spells. Do you think Scorching Ray, so I can throw multiple beams of fire, Blink, I can go in and out of existence, Mirror Image, create multiple variations of myself, or Summon Fae would be more helpful in our next encounter?
I
I'd
think
be
they'd
a
all
fan of
be.
Scorching Ray.
I think Blink or a mirror image would be a good choice. I mean, we can dish out a lot of damage. As much as as much as the chaotic person in me wants to see more Fae, if you're hit, that thing's just, it's giving me a hard time keeping that thing up here. Especially as someone who's up in the front. So then Blink or mirror image would just, with Blink you'll get more movability in case you were grabbed. And mirror image just makes you harder to actually grab.
I'd rather just see you as hard to lay a hit on as possible.
I'm pretty good at that already, but yes, which is why if we have to deal with more trolls, which is why I thought Scorching Ray could be very useful. But I do have my twins seen it. I have a Dragon's Breath spell as well as a chromatic orb that I can throw, which allows me to throw different elements. Plus, I have Firebolt and Fireball, so maybe I have enough firepower, as we might say, to deal with the trolls, and perhaps Mirror Image or Blink would be more useful in this subject. I think I have Misty Steps, and perhaps Mirror Image would be more useful in this situation.
Yeah.
There you go.
So mirror image then.
Thank you, companions. I appreciate all your insight and help.
What
So
we're here
you
for.
memorize your spell. Jada's like knows that you're down to under an hour now.
We should
I
just
guess we better
head up.
pack up and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to Tahana's room and just gonna talk like she's there and just tell her what's going on. Just
What
like,
I am gonna do is Hipley. I'm gonna hand you both of both the transcribed copies as well as the finished book. Any of the books we have for this stuff that Char will want, we should leave it here inside the library for now. Unless you still need it. When do you still need one of these copies? Because she has one of them, I think. I'm giving her one. Do you need it? Does she need it to do this? To do the song?
Sorry, I was reading. What am I getting a copy of?
Remember the books that we copied? The one book we
Uh-huh.
transcribed.
Yes.
I know we have this. So does she need that for creating the song?
I think the copy would be fine.
Well, I'm just trying to prevent Char from being able to get them if we can.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, she doesn't need one immediately.
It will be 7 days before you would be able to
I was
access
just
it
gonna
again.
say, would be you sure?
Oh, okay. I mean, I haven't been really using the book. We could just take a couple of pages of the book and then like store the other parts away if we
That's
want to
true.
be, yeah. So we'll say she'll take a couple
Out of the
pages.
transcribe book.
Yeah.
Oh, then
Yes.
I'm fighting. Roll.
No, the one that we transcribed, the
Oh,
ones
yes,
that we
so-
made.
Yeah, we'll take a
Don't
couple
touch
of
that
the-
original.
Take whatever pages you need, and we leave the rest in here to prevent Char from being able to get her greasy little hag hands on it.
Yeah, we'll take.
But if you make a deal with Char to give her a copy of the book, you won't be able to do it.
But why would we?
Gosh.
No.
Why is this
Oh,
voice of this
God.
guy like trying to make us die? Like, why? Why is
No problem.
Vesryn would rather die than give her access to where his mom might be. So
So you get the pages
So-
you want. Hippily, I guess you do a final walk around the place to make sure everything's right.
I'm gonna leave it in the I'm gonna leave the books actually on Tahana's like nightstand or like next to her bed. It's like, like we like just tell me we got the books back at least. So so yeah, so I'm gonna do that and then kind of clean up then go.
Okay.
Dwin, should I leave the chisel, or should I keep the chisel?
I think we should keep it on us. I don't know what. I don't understand this magic enough to feel safe with it.
True.
I just. It's it's one thing to hide a book amongst books, in a magic library. So
People, we could put the books where she had them originally hidden. So if somebody does find a way to get in here, at least they're in that safe spot and less likely to be found.
Which books are we talking about? Are we talking about the ones we just took out, or which?
The ones that I just handed you,
Oh.
there's the secret. Remember the secret compartment where she had it?
I think it's fine where they are. I think they'll be okay. I mean, if they get in somehow, I think there's bigger trouble if they somehow get in here. I mean,
Enough.
And as you're doing this, you're gathering up all your stuff. Vesryn, you're getting the shield and the little Rubik's cube and all those things.
Yeah. Which I did not get to study. Too much going on.
Well, you did do the shield. You know what that is.
Yes, I just with the cube.
Yeah.
As we're going out, I will remind everybody: look alive. Char could be waiting for us.
oh,
Be ready. Weapons at hand.
weapons up. Okay, yep.
Weapons and spells at hand, Hipley. Weapons and spells at hand.
You're ready to fly. It's like I got flag. Got you. I'm good.
And
I'll step out first if you guys want,
okay.
and I'll do a quick look around.
And
I'll
it's-
just-
What time is it? Like I don't know what
It's late
how
morning.
Okay. Oh.
24 hours from when we went into
Yeah,
this.
that's the 24
Yeah,
hours.
Okay. You know,
I'll give
I
a
didn't know what time we came in.
quick tap on Vez with guidance, just in case.
okay.
Oh, thank you.
So a D4.
And I guess Hipley comes out last with
Sure.
the staff.
yeah, I'll go after
Okay.
Jesus.
And when you,
Jada.
as you're all going outside, you see the cats kind of sitting up on the cat statues. You actually see the big ibis sort of every now and then will take a step and just sort of look around like a massive security guard.
You're amazing.
Sound to like it.
Thank you, Thomas.
What? Thomas?
And there are little ibises coming and pecking at insects in the grass and stuff. And Hipley, you come out and you have the staff.
Yes, and so I just walk.
I just
out,
quickly
like
pet all the cats.
You remember you had to plant it into the ground for
Oh,
it to
yes.
work, so maybe you.
No, you just all right. Just kind of right. Stand back, everybody. I don't really. We'll be fine. Plant.
And everything around from where you are back sort of sucks in very quickly into the staff, and then the staff goes from very tall to something that fits in his hand. And the forest in this area is flat.
Ooh. Yeah. Let's
Char
go.
did that.
Let's
did
get
Char
out of
did
here.
that. I saw
Yeah.
Char do it.
Take
Blame
it,
the
Char.
hag.
Yep.
Always blame the hag.
Yep.
And standing in the middle of the area, you see a a figure
Um,
that looks
Alive or like a statue?
alive.
Okay.
And Vesryn, can you make me an intelligence check? A Cerridwen also, both of you.
Not bad. 20, dirty 20.
and then I'm doing. Let's see, because I can use them too.
An intelligence check?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 17.
Nice.
Both of you recognize this person. It's someone that named Vergire.
Gary.
And this person is walking towards you, except the steps are sort of not quite touching the ground. And as they are coming closer, you realize that it looks like their flesh is hanging in spots.
Are we fighting this person?
We know him.
Vesryn! You lie!
Never lied.
You
Vigere.
lied! My daughter's not back!
I never gave you a time. We're close.
And he keeps walking
Very
towards
close.
you.
Stop where you are, or I will see you as a threat.
I am a threat. You lied and deceived me. And now
How?
my daughter is lost because you
How did
won't
I-
do what you promised.
We are
Again,
doing it. We
your
are
whole
doing
family
it.
is liars.
Please, we're so close. Can I... What happened to you? How are you here?
I'm here to make you fulfill your obligations.
But we can't do that
Oh.
if we're dead.
They make a good point. I mean, if they're dead, how can they help you out?
I will give you 2 days. I want my daughter back.
It will take longer than 2
It's
days.
gonna
We
take us
have to
longer.
create a spell that's going to take at least a week, if not more, to
It's gonna
create.
require like 30 people to do it. We have to defeat a hag and collect an orchestra and then put it on a ley line and make us, you know. And she's like she's like, I'm making a song for it.
And it keeps walking closer. It keeps walking towards you. It's not really stopping. It's not walking very fast.
I draw my sword.
What are you saying, Desus?
I want to make an insight check. This is really
can
weird.
I also,
Sure.
Yeah.
can I also make an insight check?
Can I use detect thoughts?
That might be better.
I gotta check that. Give me a second.
I look.
then
Whether
my
why
brain's
you doing
fried.
that? I look at Dwayne. Do you think Child did this? I can't hear you. I think your mic.
I have. Did I?
Yeah, you're good now. You're good now.
You're good.
Okay.
We can hear you.
I have no idea. I don't know.
How did
She-
he know where to find you?
I don't know. He's from Elixia.
He's from Elixia. He looks dead, and somehow knew exactly where we were.
So,
Is this
Hipley,
ghost coming back to
Yes.
you're getting thoughts of anger at being deceived, and this thing feels it's been lied to. But the biggest thing is, even though it feels that it was lied to, it has this compulsion to get revenge for its daughter being abandoned to wherever the people in Elixia go. And it wants them to pay for that if they're not able to fulfill their promise.
I'm gonna.
That's what you're
Okay.
So it blames them for whatever happened to his daughters, but essentially. I wouldn't know much about it, so be like,
I'm gonna pull out the orb.
I want to say one thing to him as he's walking up. As I draw my blade, we never lied to you. We never gave you a date or time. It takes a lot of work to decipher ancient magic. And why would I give up on your daughter when I'm trying to find my mother, who's in the same place?
And my
I
son.
know you are blinded I know you're blinded by your anger, but think clearly, Vigire.
Maybe a persuasion check. How
With that D4
persuasive
from
are you?
guidance.
Yep.
Oh yes, I
Oh,
got a D4
yeah!
guidance,
That's
yeah.
good.
Hell
Sweet.
yeah.
which I might need because I rolled a natural 11. Persuasion is +5, so it's 16, and a 4.
Come on.
And
Yeah.
a 4.
So a
Dirty
20.
A dirty 20 with that nice little bonus. So thank you, Jesus.
Gotcha.
Guidance for the win.
Guidance
It's
for
the
win.
corsages. You feel you feel it.
Yes,
Wait.
I can feel the warmth coming from the corsage.
And it stops 10 feet from you and Cerridwen.
Look in my eyes. I'm not lying to you. I want to find your daughter. I want to find my mother. I want to find everyone.
Why are you taking so long? My
Vigire,
daughter is gone.
My mother is gone. Her son is gone. I point to Dwayne. Listen, we are working our asses off. We are fighting a hag right now. We have fought trolls. We got lost in the North Waste. We are here to do what we need to do. My goals have not changed since the day we met. I swear to you, I will die before I don't bring them home.
And your brother is still alive. How could you let him be alive after
It was
what
not
he
my
did
choice.
to our homes?
It was not my choice. My father had to make the decision. I can deal with that later.
Stop
I will
living in your
literally-
father's shadow.
I will
He's
cut
an
my
old
hand.
man.
I will cut my hand with the blood, and I say, I'm making a blood oath to you now. I will either find them or what happened to them and bring them home or knowledge of what's going on, or I will not return. I will die in this journey. And you can torment me in hell.
And it comes closer to you.
I allow it.
And it reaches for your other hand.
For this one or the other one?
The other one. The one with the blade.
I'll put the blade away and I'll give him the opportunity to
It
be
grabs
who I
the
think he
blade
is.
and your hand.
Okay.
And it pulls it up to his own hand and cuts across.
And
And
then
it
I
puts
will.
his hand to yours. Your oath must be fulfilled.
I will. I don't know when it'll be done, but I will not
I-
return until it is.
I sacrificed everything for your chance to bring my daughter back.
Your sacrifice will
Fulfill
not.
your oath, or the gods will know.
So be
And,
it.
and his hand just sort of fades through and he disappears.
What was that?
I don't like gods very much anymore. This is
That was an old acquaintance. We promised to bring his daughter back from.
Was he always able to do that? Because that's concerning.
That's new.
and he still full on blames you guys. Like he's still really angry at you both too. Like I kind of
Yeah.
like he's
Apparently, I mean, at the time we were just like, yeah, we could. At the time we were working on a theory. We said yes, theoretically we can save your daughter. Now we're still pretty much working on a theory. You just.
Vesryn,
I
you
guess it
can't
has
do
been a
this.
long time.
It's been a couple.
And to
Because I'm-
A
what?
long time.
What I've set out to do?
It'd be
This has
double
always been the
punishment.
plan. That's fine. If I don't return with knowledge or with them, I don't care. I failed.
But
I
that's
failed
not
my
your.
people.
But that's not your weight, though. I mean, it is your weight, but it's not. How can that all be on your weight, though? How could that just be? What?
I
Why is
am-
it just you, though? It
I'm of
doesn't
House
matter. I mean,
Magic. I'm of
okay.
House Magic. It is my responsibility to protect the people of Elixia. It is my family's responsibility. Not only did we fail that, but one of my brothers, two of my brothers, brought tragedy upon that island. I must make amends, and I
yes.
must return the people. It is my only goal.
But you're still Vesryn. You still have Dwen. You still have that daughter that you saved too. So I mean, like, yes, that is important. But all that weight on one person. That
Twin son's there too. I made a vow to her that I'd bring her son home. I'm bringing her son home. If I can find my mother alive, I'm bringing her home. and I plan on bringing Valkyrie's daughter home, and anyone else I can find from Elixia or anywhere else.
What if you
It
can't?
does not matter the punishment. If I fail in that, it doesn't matter.
It does matter because your
must-
life still matters too, though. I'm just saying it. Just as
I'm not saying my life doesn't matter. But what's one life when all those suffer, and my family stood by for centuries and allowed it to go on?
Yeah, but that's not your fault. You didn't have a choice in that, though. Like, you can't
I
take
did.
those into your family. You
You
weren't.
know what I did? You know what I did? My family saw me as an outcast, and I allowed it. I allowed them to do what they wanted. Both my brothers fell to darkness, and I sat, read books, and did our family's accounting for years, and allowed the darkness to spread across the island. It is my responsibility. I failed my people. I failed my family. I'm
You were
failing Dwyn.
young. How were you supposed to? You were only probably just a child, though. I mean, you really
I'm
think you could have stopped
65
that
years
before?
old. I'm not a child.
I mean,
Elves live a long time.
You don't get day over 30. But either way, I mean, you still, there's no way you could have, who knows if you could even have stopped it, though. All I'm saying is, don't be so quick to be like, this is my life, that's it. I mean, I'm just saying maybe, because who knows what's going to happen? I mean, what there's something you can do.
If I complete this task, then I'll have a life to live, and I'll want to live it to the fullest. As you know, I don't plan to die. I don't believe I'm going to die. I believe that we are going to succeed.
And now
We're
we
going to
have to,
bring-
because there's no way I can live with myself if no, like, we felt like Vesryn's
Why?
dead. So now
It's not on you. Did you
well,
make the oath?
Well, yes, but now you kind of like roped us
I
onto
made.
this
Listen,
now too.
it's on me
Somehow.
because I made. When Vigiri was alive, I made him a promise. When you were there, I made him a promise. I swore to him that I would find his daughter. I made this promise a long time ago, and if it puts his spirit at rest, knowing that I will die before failing in this task, I'd rather see him go to heaven, or wherever the gods send him, than to be here angry in a spirit that might harm Dwyn, myself, Morkan, Eslov, or anybody else that might be involved. I will take that punishment gladly, because we're not going to fail. And you don't have to worry about failing. You guys are great the way you are, and we will succeed. We've gotten closer in the last few weeks that I've been with you than we did for months. Your help, Jada, your work on those lines, your library, your information. I mean, the things that we're connected. We can do this. If you worry about failing, you'll fail. If you think about success, you'll find success. Don't fail. We can't fail.
Well, I'm just saying, going forward, maybe no more blood packs. That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Makes me really nervous.
I make no promise.
I'm gonna
make a-
blood pack to make
I can't.
blood
It's
pack.
kind of a thing he
man.
does.
This is literally something I can't join you with.
Oh.
What if you?
Then I die. It's not on you if I die.
Yes,
My
it
choices.
is.
How? It's my choices.
Because you're our friend.
Yes, but friendship is a beautiful thing. But a friend's choices are not your choices. If I choose to spend my days drinking away and becoming nothing but a shrivel of who I was, is that on you?
If you
No,
stand by and
it's on
watch
me.
it is.
I made those choices. No, but you wouldn't stand by. You guys aren't standing by now. You're speaking your minds. You're letting me know how you feel. But I'm telling you, I'm okay with this choice. This makes me happy. Seeing him go to potential rest makes me happy. I'm not upset. I'm okay. I'm okay with this. This is my choice. This is what I want. If putting myself in a deeper bond pushes me to success, then I'm okay with it. And you should be okay with my choice. As my friends, I ask you to respect my choice. And don't take my burden onto you.
I respect it. And as your friend, I'm going to make sure that you keep that oath.
Please do,
Hipley?
because I meant it.
No comment. Just like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I guess you're right. It doesn't matter at this point now. Moving onward.
Dwyn, Decius, you both have been quiet.
Oh, I just know this is how you are, Vesryn.
It's not your first blood oath.
No, it's
You
not.
got married, remember? It's a joke. He made a blood oath with a companion of ours, Morkant,
Oh.
to do better, basically.
Be better.
Be better.
Very
We're not going to talk him out
though.
of it. It's just how Vesryn is.
Decius?
I've read some medical books, and sometimes that's like, some disease, but I'm just saying that's like not.
Really.
Well, I mean, I don't
Need
think
to
I
cut
got any of
into
his
the
spectre
veins.
blood into my hand. I mean, I don't think I got his ghostly blood in there, so I think we're okay in this. But yes, Decius.
Yes, I just want to make sure that you're not taking on responsibilities just because of your family name.
No,
Doing
I'm.
it because you are a good person. And this might sound kind of hokey, but from sailing and stuff, when you have a crew, you share the burden with the crew. You watch each other's backs. Because if anyone falls, the ship tumbles over. So don't feel you have to be a lone raft out on the sea when we can be a brigade watching your back.
Well, if it's any consolation, I don't see myself as alone. I see all of you standing here, the corsage, the voices of concern, the voices of trust. I look at you, Dwayne. And I know that I'm not alone. I don't know if I'm a good person. I don't feel like I am sometimes because of what my family has done and what I did or what I was lacking in doing for many years. But I'm trying to be a good person and I'm trying to do what's right. I want to find my mother and I want to find his daughter and your son and everyone else that's been taken. I don't know if that'll make me better for what I didn't do, but I hope to be better.
Best thing anybody could do. Be better than what you were yesterday.
All right.
Now, can we go kill a hag?
Yeah, fine
Uh,
goals.
yeah, I need to.
No, let's talk more.
know
That's-
We should think
mm.
of a group name at some point. Then we can all shout it at the end of these talks or something.
The librarians. There we go.
I love that show.
It's a good
Great
show.
We can
Great
catch
show.
it.
Good.
She was taken.
You hit the road. A couple hours later, you arrive back in the city of Wythe.
Are there any birds up and about? I'm still like keeping an eye out for birds.
No more than normal.
Okay.
I have a feeling that she's already got what she needs. If there's no more birds, she may already have everything she needs other than the book and the song.
Yeah. Well, let's just get what we need and I suppose go look for her. Don't know what else to do.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go to the blacksmith and get some javelins.
I think we're all going to go together, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm
I was
not
gonna say,
splitting
yeah.
up. Please,
Yeah.
let's not split up.
The book club. Somebody said the book club.
The
by
book
way.
club. Book club. Yeah.
You've
Like
been
book-
bested by the book
The
club.
club.
It's funny. I will. I mean, I want to get a bow and arrows. So wherever if that's at, there's like a blacksmith that has an armor shop or weapon shop.
All that stuff is gettable.
Yeah.
Okay. How much is 6 javelins?
Is there any place that has any kind of magic daggers or rapiers or anything like that? Like I'm talking about like basic magic. I'm not talking about anything crazy.
There's a place to get some potions.
Ooh,
That's
definitely.
Really need
Yeah.
that.
Get some potions.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's somebody concocting potions, and then there's the cantrip cantina. You could get booze with potency.
You know,
We like
some of our
lids. We
listeners
need
might
like
know where we
lids
might
too
go.
as well. I mean, guess we could like a keg or something. I don't know.
Maybe Mama Medusa might know where we can find.
Yeah, for the price of the stuff, we'll get it later. I'm just using the standard from the DMG. So-
Javelin, it looks like it's 5 silver pieces.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds fine.
All right, I'll mark down 30 silver pieces.
Yeah. Load it up.
All right, and let's get some potions so we can stack the deck.
Okay. You can get healing potions of different types. You can get.
Anti-hag potions.
Protection from Fae and Fiend.
Yeah, I'll pull up some stuff after. I don't want to go looking at potions and spend a lot of time going through that, but I'll tell you what you can find after. I'll just drop it in after the session. And you finish your shopping spree and get loaded up. Vesryn, who has the shield, by the way? Do you still have that, or did you give that to somebody?
After I came out, I would have given it to Tiffany, to Cerridwen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you, because I know you were the one that wanted the shield for the longest. I don't know if
I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what it does? He let you know what it does?
Yeah, he sent it to me.
Okay. All right. I didn't hear that earlier. So.
I sent it
Someone
during.
missed it.
I sent the description before the game started, just so she can read over it, because I knew we were planning on. Well, I knew I was planning on looking at the shield at some point while we were in that house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Okay. And so you now have a shield. You have some protection that way. And you spend part of the afternoon there. It's starting to get later in the afternoon. Do you want to continue out onto the road, or do you want to sleep? Because if you head out now out into the woods, you're going to be getting out there at night, late at night.
We don't want to fight her at night.
We won't see.
We won't be able to see. Yeah, you might want to take a rest.
Well, do we want to try to rest in town, or I mean, she could try to send people after us in town. Other people might get caught in it. It's my only concern.
We know we can set Mama Badusas, and I'm fine with that. The only concern I have there is that perhaps we won't be armed if somebody does attack.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about too.
But I do feel like it might be safer than staying at a tavern where anybody can come in that might have been in contact with Char. Wherever we stay, we should probably see if we can get one room and perhaps take watches, just as if we were outside traveling.
Yeah.
Lumber party.
I can even potentially set up an alarm spell on the room to give us a warning if somebody does break in.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we can find a room at a tavern with no windows.
I also I have another spell that we might be able to use if we don't want to stay in town. It is something that I learned when I gained more power recently. It was a spell in my book that I was able to finally understand. It's called Tiny Hut. It allows you to create basically like a dome structure over us, preventing things from being able to come in. Now, it would stop most things, but if something has dispel magic or something like that, they could counter it. Just saying. But it would provide us with some type of defense.
Okay. Okay. I kind of want to try the spell. That's just me.
I mean,
We
we
could-
could even double up. We could
Yeah,
double up. You
Dome.
could stay in the dome inside. Go ahead.
As you're
Sorry.
walking, you hear in the air the sound of music somewhere down in the town somewhere.
I don't like the sound of that. All things.
Was there a
considered.
festival supposed to go on? Does anyone know?
They always have festivals.
there's frequent festivals here of different types.
Sometimes they just make them up in the middle of the day.
I mean, it's an artist colony. There's not a whole lot of requirement.
What time of day you said it was? Was like
Late in the afternoon.
afternoon-ish?
Yeah. Late in the afternoon, like 4.
So no stars that I can read currently.
No.
We can go check it out.
Everything
I'm
sounds
just
like a bad sign.
feel
right
so
now.
paranoid after
I was gonna.
for deer rising and stuff.
I feel.
Does the music
agree
sound
with that.
familiar to any of us?
I mean, Cerridwen's heard the tunes probably.
Oh.
They're pretty standard songs, and you've been on the island long enough. You've probably heard these several times.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the sound of the nature music that she's writing, if that's what you're
Okay.
getting to.
That is what I was getting into.
How is our paranoia there?
Yeah.
Suddenly,
It could just be a.
like
I mean,
some folk tunes.
Yeah.
I mean, the longer we wait, once she does get the song done really quickly, oh yeah.
I mean, if you want, we could do this.
Speed run.
Well, she's missing the book, so
True.
Yes, which is safely away at this point. So perhaps what we could do is we can go into town, get a room. I can put an alarm around it as a ritual. Create the dome inside the room, and we have multiple layers of protection.
Okay, let's do that.
But
I
we
can
gotta be
actually-
careful though. Oh, sorry. Keep going, Jada. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that I could actually do the alarm, and you can save a spell.
Perfect.
I mean, an ability.
Oh,
But
that's even better.
it's just a ritual casting, so it'll be fine. But yes, that makes it easier.
Oh well, then yeah, do it.
But
Yeah, I would do it as a ritual. So
Gwen, if you go to sleep though, I mean, how do we? Is there a way we can
I don't sleep.
protect you? No, Dwen, because when Dwen fell asleep that time,
that
Char
last time Char.
reached out. So is there a way we can I don't know.
It's just like,
both Odysseus and Herb have been
Whoa.
having dreams.
I mean, she doesn't do that much damage. I don't think she could kill me in my sleep.
Jada.
Yeah, see,
Having
I almost
flashbacks.
died the first time.
Jada, when you you said you don't sleep. I'm assuming you go into some type of trance or inactive state.
Yeah, I guess. I
Are you
just
still
sit.
aware of what's going on around you?
Yeah.
So
Aren't
if we're
you?
all inside the dome, you could technically, while still resting, keep an eye on both Odysseus and Dwyn in their sleep, correct?
Yeah.
Like if you see something out of the ordinary, you could potentially, alert the party or try to wake them up.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think we can be fine, especially if we're going to stay in the same room and use a dome.
Yeah. Okay, let's go find a room.
And while you're talking, you get this feeling that you're being watched or something, which is not uncommon in Wythe with you guys anymore.
Are we in the city?
Yeah, you're in the town now.
Oh, Cha, if that's you watching us, I hope you slip and die.
Oh my gosh.
And, and yeah, go on. What were you gonna say?
I start feeling like we're being watched, and she's just gonna pull out her lute, and I'll just start strumming out a counter charm in case, I don't know, something tries to charm us.
And you hear murmuring from kind of down the street behind you. And back, maybe a block and a half back, you see a mass of citizens of the town sort of following you. But their movement is a little bit jerky and
Oh my.
uncomfortable.
What I call this?
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm not even a divination wizard. This is bullshit.
and you hear, actually, I'm going to give you perception checks. to
Was
see
it
what you-
like? So was Char with
No.
that blood stuff? Was that considered like a spell? what she's doing? Do we ever figure out if that was like a spell that she did or cast, or is that how she's controlling? Did we ever figure that out?
Mm.
You know, she was taking people's blood.
I have a 12.
I have a 16.
Nat 1.
Perception.
Better than what I've been rolling for perception rolls, but still. I don't think it's-
22.
Oh,
Nice.
We're doing perception checks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a 28.
Wow. So you and Desus, in amongst this murmuring that's going on back there, you keep hearing like whispers of things like, "Why am I here?" What? And another one will be like, "Why am I going here? Why am I moving? I want to go home." And but their bodies keep moving forward.
Tower's plan is in action already.
You think they'd be in
We
magic
may have not
control?
much choice.
People are talking about them. She's
I
just
will.
like over there. They're moving on their own.
Is it one large group?
It's a group like behind you, and they fill the street behind you.
I will try to cast Dispel Magic on as much of the group as I can to just disenchant whatever is forcing them to do something against their will.
And they start running towards you. I mean, they're blocking that back. There's time. But Desus and Cerridwen are hearing people going, "I can't stop running. I can't. Why are we going at these people?" In amongst this murmur of just people who seem very confused at what their bodies are doing.
You
And
need to move.
and you go to cast. What are the rest of you doing?
I don't
As I'm
want to
moving.
hurt anybody.
As we're moving. Oh, shit.
Shoot. I'm prepared. One of my
I will
walls.
cast plant growth.
It's a good default, actually, all the time.
Yeah, she just reaches into her bag and you see her throw out a bunch of seeds as plant growth is put in between them and us.
So which is faster, plant growth or
It's one
your
action.
spell, Vesryn? Both are
One action. And I have a 16 dex.
Okay. What's your dex, Cerridwen?
Instantaneous.
Yeah.
My dex is 12.
Oh, yours is instantaneous. So yours goes.
Well,
off
mine's
before-
instantaneous too. Duration is instantaneous. Casting time is one action.
Let me get
Oh,
initiative rolls.
All of us? Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
This one, the middle die.
sweet.
Boy.
Love.
12.
16.
14 for Desus.
2, 7. Yay.
Did we have like 7, 8, 9 last time? No,
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. Who had the highest one out of that?
I had a 16. I don't think
16.
higher.
14.
12.
Vesryn, you're first.
The spell
You cast-
magic. One creature, object, or magic effect within range. The magic effect is what I'm targeting.
Yep.
That is forcing them against their will to attack. us.
What's the range?
Up to 120 feet?
20 feet?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And you cast it, and a whole bunch of people suddenly, their bodies seem to give out from under them, and a bunch of the people, particularly in the front, where the magic seemed to have dispelled, they lose their footing and get run over by the ones behind them.
Oh.
And
Oh
then-
no, trampled.
And then 16, 15, 14, 13, 12.
After I cast it, I'm moving away, just so you know.
Yeah.
Cast and moving.
Initiatives 14,
14.
13,
14 is Decius.
Desus, what are you doing?
Decius. I said Decius. You're Greek now. You're Greek.
Yeah, it is a Greek name, so if only I could drink the wine. I'm wondering if she's anywhere nearby in order to do this to them. How far away is the group of people from us?
A block. So that would be maybe 80 feet.
Oh, this is such a high spell to use, though.
I would just try to like block the path somehow.
Well, the only spell I have prepared that can do that is one of my highest ones. Sure. Okay, sure. So in that section between us, I am going to cast a tidal wave.
Ooh.
So it's not going to hit anybody, so no damage. But it's going to swell across, like just fill the street in front of us. It is can be up to 30 feet long, up to 10 feet wide, and up to 10 feet tall. The water then spreads out across the ground in all directions, extinguishing unprotected flames in the area and within 30 feet, and then vanishes.
Okay.
So I'm just hoping to just completely swell the ground, make it as wet.
And it also washes some of them back away from you because they're in front of them. What's the casting time on that?
It's just an instantaneous spell.
Just want to make sure. So this water. Actually, you tell me how your effect works, how it looks.
Yeah. So I'm concentrating. I'm just thinking about the tides and just the swells of waves as they rock and cross. And then being of stars and ocean, just the little freckles that are across my skin start to glow bright as the celestial kind of body show within my hands as I swoop it across almost in like a bending kind of meditative roll of a stance. And in a swirl of blue and white stardust, it turns into water as it washes across the street in this big wall.
All right. So the wall rises, it swells up through the middle, and you hear from the other side of it people like yelling and screaming as they're pushed away with the water in the water. And then some of it gets silenced when they're under the water and the water pushes them down the street and what have you. But the bodies, they just sort of pile up along the edges of the street as the water slowly recedes. What are the rest of you doing when you see this happen?
And I'm backing up.
Just backing up.
Everybody's backing up, it seems.
Just backing up.
We gotta find Jar.
Yeah, I cast see invisibility.
Oh, we have those balls too.
We do.
You see at the end of the street, further down from them, maybe 2 blocks down, Char is standing in the street, casting something and trying to doing something.
I point. I found her.
Oh, good.
What? There's nothing there. What do you?
We usually can't see her anyway. So.
Oh.
And Cerridwen, you hear, we can see her.
Oh gosh.
I just like pat my pocket. I'm like,
Who are you shushing?
don't worry about it.
Okay.
Let's end this hag.
It's like, oh, I don't trust you. I don't trust your mask.
We can put an end to this and be done with this problem.
I was gonna say if I can. When we're at this, will I be able to check thoughts on the mask? Shoot, I guess we'll try that one.
Insight check the mask.
Ooh, what a-
Insight check.
You don't hear it. Only
I know, I
Cerridwen
know.
hears it.
Yeah.
No, I said
I
inside
got
the
an
mask. I
idea.
told her to do it. It's
I
inside
got
the
an
mask.
idea.
But it was a joke.
Yeah.
Actually, Vesryn, make me a perception check at disadvantage. It'd be a hard one to make, but you might see like a change of expression for a moment. That might be telling.
Oh,
My
one.
perception checks are always terrible. I rolled in that one.
Oh, last
Disadvantage.
session they were all super low. Like everything else
Yeah.
was high, but that was
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
I
you
rolled a
time.
9. I rolled a 9 and a 1.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a chance. So, and Char is Jada. You see Char do something where she has these little objects in her hand and she lifts them up like this, and all the bodies that are in the water start rising and standing up again. And then she pushes forward and they all start moving at you again.
She's controlling the people. I mean, we knew it already, but like she is like physically controlling them.
All right, so let's dip into an alley and circle back.
Okay.
All right.
And
We try to do that.
okay, so you back up enough to find an alleyway. Jada, make me a perception check as you guys are turning in. And people are starting to follow again, but they're having to wade through this water that's really slowing them
The way
down a
through
lot.
water and plant growth. Yeah.
They're getting caught up in it.
21.
We're wrecking this town. We're ruining like the land of the land.
We just cleaned it and added greenery. It's fine.
And Jada, you see just as you're turning the corner, the people that are there are trapped. But then she looks down the street, reaches out, and you see other people from the other side start moving, and she starts to float up off the ground, like higher and higher.
What's she doing?
And then you turn the corner, or you don't. I don't know. It's up to you.
No, I wouldn't. I would stop them. I'd be like, oh, she's rising.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Hipley, you can fly.
I can't see her. Oh wait, she's invisible, right? So I can't see anything.
But I mean, can you fly and carry Jada? I don't know. Can you cast fly on?
Yeah,
Jada?
I mean, I think I can. There's no new.
Give me one of them. Give me one of the. Oh,
Tap.
I have one of those orbs.
You have
I
one of
do.
the orbs.
I have one.
Having a what?
I'll get
We gotta
close
get near
enough.
her.
If you kill them, you can return, and I will not harm you. And I will give you the information you need about your past.
I don't need information about my past. Shut up.
What?
She said it out loud.
I said that out loud.
Lucy would disagree.
Sounds like they got another one talking to her. Ask is Jada today too.
While we're running,
Can
Go ahead,
you
sorry.
make me fly? Can you make me fly? Or does that only work for you?
No, I can. I think I can. I just kind of focus on just kind of tap. Like I think you can fly now. I'm not. Oh, I think there's. Yeah, I think the
Can I
wings.
fly now?
Yep. How do the wings look? Because it's like
I think they look like
Da Vinci's ornithopter.
It's very like it looks very frail and it has the cogs in it and stuff like that. Yeah,
That's cool.
it's exactly like that. It looks like it would not support my weight at all, but yes, I'm flying. Yay!
Yep, you can fly now.
Oh, whoa.
Be
Okay,
careful. Just.
What
It's
do
fine,
the rest
it's
of you
fine.
do?
I'm
I mean,
casting,
you're ducked into the alley, but you're not in. You're just in the alley at this point.
when she said that she was able to see her, I'm going to do the same thing. So that way, when we get out of this alley, I can hopefully pinpoint where she is and hit her with spells. So I'm going to cast Detect Invisibility on myself.
Oh,
I wish I could cast on others, but I can't. So
I was gonna say that
or see invisibility.
I'm gonna get close enough to throw the orb thing that makes her not invisible.
The revisibility bomb.
Revisibility bomb, yeah. Revisibility.
All right. You have one of them with you, I assume, then?
Yeah, I do. I have one with
Okay.
me. So I will fly towards her. I'll fly over the wave.
So you start flying, and you see Char's eyes widen like you did not, like, that was a very unexpected moment.
Get her.
And
Get her.
she drops the little figure things that were in her hand, and all the people in the street just drop to the ground. And suddenly she starts casting something as you start coming towards her. What's your flying speed? What's her flying speed?
Ooh.
Be like 60.
Her flight. Yep.
60.
Make
Yes.
sure.
Yep. 60 feet. Yep.
Okay. So they start flying back. Char starts flying backwards, keeping you in front, like flying in the air, but with you away, trying to maintain distance. And all of the rest of you see storm clouds start rolling in crazy fast.
I'm gonna say before she gets too far, I'm gonna say to her mind, Jada, don't get too far. I mean, just telepathically before you get too far out of like, don't.
If her fly speed's 60 and she doesn't take an action, she can move 120. So if Char is casting a spell, she can only move 60.
Yep.
So
Yes.
keep that in mind.
I am aware.
I just want to make sure that Scott knows if that's what you want to do.
The range of this orb is also 60 feet. So
Also, action surge.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
action surge.
Remember, the flower in your corsage, one of them says justice shall be done, so go get your justice.
Yeah.
I will.
Let me get new initiative rolls since this is with
Ew.
a new party.
New initiatives?
Ew. Okay.
No.
Did she
Oh,
drop,
better this time.
did she drop the things? Are the people all stopped?
Yes.
And when she dropped it, did it
17.
fall all the way to the ground?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah.
All
we
those
need to
people
get
take
those.
fall damage.
Oh my God. Could you imagine? Because with them, they're all like, they probably all
Oh
have low hit
god,
points.
like
They're
broken.
And then all
Oh.
just piles of dead bodies. Just
Vesryn, what's your initiative?
14.
Cerridwen.
Also 14.
Desus.
19.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
On top.
Hipley.
Rock out.
17.
Damn.
Wow. And
Okay, I can't do
Jada.
nothing.
10.
Okay. What's your dex, Jada?
My dex?
Uh-huh.
Let's find out. 14.
Okay. All right. Desus, you go first. What are you doing?
All right. Well, I see the clouds start coalescing, and I
you know
give
what
kind of a
that
half
is.
smirk
Oh yeah.
because I feel an urge that I can also send it right back at her. So I'm going to hold Call Lightning until she becomes visible. I'm just going to
Okay.
keep moving forward so that I can try and keep within range. And bonus action, I'm going to use my wild shape and take on my starry form of the Javelinist.
Okay.
Nice.
To move
Spread.
forward much further, though, you're going to have to cross your receding water and the plant growth.
Well, the
You can
water
move-
would be
you can move
gone
somewhat
by
forward,
this
but-
point. Yeah.
Yeah, but it still made the ground muddy and stuff around the plants.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to hope she stays within my range, but I'm going to try and keep moving forward because I don't want to risk
Okay.
losing any range on her.
All right.
But I'm holding my action to that the second she pops out of invisibility, I'm throwing a strike at her.
Hipley.
I'm gonna look for any sort of cover because I got zapped before, so I'll look for any cover that I can find.
You could hide under the plant roots.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. So, is there any other kind of cover? Or is that the only
Sure,
thing?
there's all kinds of crap
was
on the
like-
street. There's barrels and carts turned over from the water. There's plenty of
If I'm-
cover.
I'm gonna try to cover it just so I can still get a view, but kind of keep cover because I know if something happens, Jason and Sky will fall. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't. I'm just focusing on that, just concentrating on fly. So yeah, I'm gonna take cover with wherever I can, like some barrels, and still try to keep like some sort of vantage point on what's going on.
Okay, so 3/4 cover, keep line of sight.
Yep.
All right.
And I guess I'll use like a defensive stance or like a, what do you call that? Like my action just be like protecting myself, like so someone comes, like whatever.
Dodge action.
Dodge.
Dodge
Yeah,
action, yeah.
there we go.
Action.
Dodge, yeah, dodge. That's gonna be my. There we go.
Vesryn.
I have 35 movement. So if I move 35 feet to get around, and then I use bonus action, Misty Step, for another 30 feet, where does that put me in range of her? How far away is she at that point from me?
What's the
Get past
size
the
of,
plant growth.
what's the size of your plant growth, Cerridwen?
120 feet, I believe.
It would get you into the middle of the plant growth.
120 feet wide, or is it 120 feet long?
I think that's casting.
The range
Oh.
slash area of plant growth is 150 feet.
Yeah, it's
100
massive.
feet. But how is it? Just like 100 feet? You can decide how it is. Is it 150 feet in all directions? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it? I'm trying to get it just so I have an idea. I can always Misty step on top of the house if I need to get around it, so that's fine too. I mean,
It doesn't better idea regardless.
You can exclude one or more areas of any side within the spell's area of being affected. Okay, yes, she would have just done the street then.
Okay.
oh, like straight down towards her, right?
Yeah, just like straight down to her.
Oh, yeah, so then
you can go on the roof and be fine.
Yeah, then I will move on roofs and then Misty step and try to get as close to her as I can. And
Okay.
so with that, where would I put me in range of her?
That would put you about 60 away.
60 feet. All right, perfect.
Yep.
Is she still in the process of casting that spell?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. I'm going to release at her a chromatic orb
Okay.
at 2nd level. So let's see here. That will be +7. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
A 21 will hit.
Okay, so that will be 48. So let me roll this. Actually, I'm just going to roll it in here because that'll be a lot easier to roll the damage. So, yes, roll. Oh, no, it's not. Wait, I don't want to do acid. Let's see here. I'm going to do for her. Yeah, I'll do acid because acid's always been good to me.
Yeah.
Would it roll? Did it roll it?
Yeah, the first one was 11, the second was 21.
Okay, yeah. So I guess take the first one because it was going to be an acid anyways. So throw a acid ball at her.
Okay.
I told you, Cha, we are going to kick your ass.
How much did you say it did?
Poignant.
11 acid.
So
And Jada, you see this ball of like a liquid fly through the air at Char and splash onto her arm. Okay. Cerridwen.
I'm going to use my rope of climbing to bonus action tell it
Oh
to
yeah, I forgot about that. That's cool.
Nice.
tell it to fasten itself to like the roof. And then I'll climb up to the roof.
Awesome. That's so cool.
I forgot we have those.
Yeah, that was great.
So I climbed up to the roof with the rope. I will try to close the distance between myself and Char. Her main concern is getting the objects that Char had, because she's thinking, well, we don't want those people being controlled again.
Yeah. Probably just burn them so that they don't.
Yeah, she's gonna run and try to find the objects.
Okay. So you're gonna have to go around the plant growth over the roofs to get there. So you're basically at the. You're not as fast as Vesryn, right? He's 35. You're 30, or are you 35 also?
I'm 30. Yeah.
30.
I'm just
Okay.
30.
So you're just a little bit behind him, but you're basically running to the edge of the roof, and you're gonna have to jump to the next building on your next turn.
Okay. That's fine.
Jada.
So is she still invisible?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
not to
going to-
you, but yes.
Well, yes. I'm gonna throw the orb at her.
And her
So
eyes are
she's-
bug-eyed big.
Good.
Okay, throw.
Da-da-da-da. Okay. Is that a 19? Beautiful.
19 hits.
Oh, it's a natural 19, but yes. Okay.
And this thing flies out and this smoke fills the air in the sky around her. And when the smoke clears and the bomblet is gone, everybody sees her now. She's covered in like a grayness. You don't see the color, but you see the form. And she doesn't react to that like... She may not realize that she's visible. She doesn't know what that was. It was just an attack. that seems to do no damage to her. And then, what are you're going to do the call lightning, right?
I am.
Okay. Bring it.
So the second I see her,
Bring the pen.
She's about to get zapped.
the pale, like almost bone white coloration that's on the end of my horns kind of starts seeping forward to the front of my head as sparks of lightning start to dart across the stars and the patterns over me.
Awesome.
And I bring up my hand. I'm just like, time to take you out. And I like fist down as I look at the sky of her already the storm coming into it. I'm going to strike her.
Awesome. You bring it. Oh! Okay, I'm going to hold this up and show it for her.
Okay.
Can you see
Nat
that
one?
number?
Nat
Nat
one.
one. Can you see it?
Oh.
So she fails her save.
Question though, because there's a stipulation in it that if there's stormy conditions when I cast a spell, I get an extra 1d10.
You get it.
Dang.
She was creating stormy conditions.
Yep, that's why I smirked. Ooh, okay. 9, so 18, 22, 26 lightning damage.
Nice.
And I hope it takes her out of the sky.
And Jada, you see her still floating back, but it suddenly gets struck by lightning from the sky. Oddly, it was not you. And then she's thrown straight down to the ground in the thunderbolt or the lightning bolt.
God, that's satisfying as hell.
Yeah, that's why I prepared.
I would
She
like
takes
to
a little damage
action
from the fall, too.
surge.
Nice.
Dang.
You can.
I will.
And she's below you.
Cool.
Tell her to kneel and maybe we'll let her live.
What are you doing?
1 second. I have to mark this off. I'm going to Scorching Ray her. And I'm going to use Fighting Spirit to give myself advantage.
Okay.
Whee!
Do it.
I will.
How's it look when you do it?
How does it look? I'm just kind of flying with my, like, it's not spectral. What is the word? Just like barren wings that have the cogs just twirling, and as you all hear a tick, 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 I just punch downwards, all 3 rays directly below me.
Would you say it's like a tick tick boom?
Hell yeah, I would.
Tick, tick, boom.
Oh, I was really hoping for a natural 20, but that's okay. 22.
Hits.
Nice. What is this? Scorching Ray, D6s. Do I have that many D6s? 2, 4, 5. One more D6. Beautiful. Okay. Math. 17 points of fire damage.
Whew. Okay. And she casts something when she hits the ground, but
Counter spell. If she's casting it.
she's trying. Yeah, she's trying. You can counter.
Okay. But I mean, if it's about to
can.
go off, I'm countering. Yeah, I can
Okay.
counter. I have a counter slot. That's
Yeah.
what I was saving. I want to make sure I was within range. So whatever she's trying to cast, I'm countering
Okay.
or attempting to counter it.
Yeah.
If it's a 4th level spell or higher, I got to make a ability check.
It's a third.
So then it just cancels it out.
Yep. And her eyes just get wider than you thought they could get when the spell doesn't go off. You hit her from above, and you're still bearing down on her, and she's prone on the ground.
Okay, we're a kiss.
We're back to the top of the initiative.
Can I say something
Thesis. Yes.
really fast?
Monologuing is always allowed.
Oh, yeah. I'm different now. I don't need your answers. That's it.
Just your death.
She doesn't say anything.
Your death.
Thesis.
Well, I'm concentrating on that call lightning, so she has to make a dex save. And she's prone, so.
Oh. She made it. She actually
Wow.
made it. She rolled.
Well, she still
19.
gets half anyway.
Yeah. That's... Roll higher.
10. 10, 16, 24, 26 lightning. So halved.
13.
Just thinking fireball, but make sure it's at a point where it gets Jada and her. You know, 'cause I have to hit Jada when I cast fireball.
It's a
Fine.
requirement.
You gotta do it.
Cerridwen.
This is the only way. Okay. Is she still invisible?
She is not invisible anymore. She is a gray form of herself. That the revisibility bomb went off and it covered her in some kind of a grayness that.
Is she like still in the air?
No, she's prone on the ground below everyone now.
Okay. I'm gonna just make this the worst day. I'll just cast.
That growth?
Straight up underneath her, 120 feet.
I'm gonna cast blindness and deafness on her.
Oh.
So she needs to make a con saving throw.
She fails her save. Dramatically.
Fine.
Guys, I think we're pretty powerful, actually.
Oh,
Go book club.
Go book club!
book club. And then I'm gonna use the. Is she in the street or is she in an alley?
She's in the middle of the street.
Okay. Then I'll use the rope of climbing to tell it to tie off to some other chimney or whatever, and I'll climb down the building and start going to charge.
All right. Vesryn, what are you doing?
Vesryn is going to cast at this point. I'm not casting fireball. I was joking about that. I'm going to bonus action Misty Step again. So it's 2 Misty Steps for me today. And then after that, I'm going to move another 30 feet, which would put me right on top of her. And since she's on the ground, I'm going to hit. Well, actually, I don't need to be right on top of her. I'll move within range, and I'm going to hit her with a dragon's breath. And it will be lightning seemed to hurt her, so I'll make it a lightning breath.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast that at. We're trying to finish her. I'll save that last spell slot in case she gets out. So I'll do it at 2nd level. I'm saving that last one for another counter spell if we need it. My last 3rd level. And it's a dexterity 15. And like we said, since she's prone, should be at disadvantage. So
She failed.
hell yeah. Right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points of lightning damage to her as I breathe lightning on her.
Well, Jada, you've never seen him do that. You only saw Hipley breathing dragon stuff, and only when burping. So.
Does everybody have like fire breath, lightning breath?
Yes, it's a natural trait for amongst beings.
Oh.
That's all wood elves can do that.
Jada, you're up, Jada. What are you doing?
I'm up.
Did I get to wait?
I was
think
gonna
got
say.
skipped. Like I got 17.
Yeah, Hipley should have been after me.
Oh, you're right.
I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
wait a
I skipped
second.
Hipley. Hipley, sorry.
He was just so good at his dodge action. He
I'm
dodged his
dodge.
turn.
I'm like, haha, take that, God.
Thank that God.
All right. There's not much I can do because she's laying down, so I get disadvantage if I try to use Eldritch Blast. Shoots. How far away is Char from me? Because I kind of stayed back, so it seemed like really far.
60-ish, 80-ish feet, somewhere in there.
I mean, I guess I'll just start like just heading towards and choose like a dash so I get as close as I can, I guess.
You have to go through the plant growth.
Okay. It's not it's not gonna hurt me though, it's take longer, that's fine.
Yes.
So I'll just move forward, just kinda dash.
I see Hipley arriving last after she's dead and putting a sword in her
gonna
head,
happen,
and like he finishes her off.
Hipley, are you open to an idea? Or not? Just something I want to. If you wanted, you could hold your action until she stands to fire at her. That way, you wouldn't have disadvantage on your Eldritch Blast. Just
I'm gonna retcon what I said. I'm gonna walk as far as I can and hold Eldritch Blast if she stands up.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's Jada.
Thank you, Morgan.
You're welcome, brother. Sometimes I forget those things. So I didn't want to just say it, but I wanted to give you the option if you wanted to know.
I'm going to use a sorcery point to use a distance spell. I'm going to use Shocking Grasp. Shocking Grasp is touch, so it will be 30 feet.
Okay.
And I will shock the hell out of her.
And as you're coming down towards her, you see her eyes go white. And then she screams, "I can't see!" And then you come down on her.
You
Good.
just see Dwin smiling.
Yeah.
Art's not having a good time.
I just say good. She can't hear me, but it's fine. Ooh. 13?
With her prone? Yeah.
Ha!
Hell yeah. Kill.
Shocking Grasp.
Kill.
D8s.
You hear Vesryn chanting from the rooftop.
Yeah.
Kill her.
The lightning just becomes the drum beat of war.
Get the crowd into it too. The people that fell down, get them if they're still alive.
This fight is electrifying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, no.
I'm shocked you'd even say something like that.
What? Stop! Stop!
I feel like this is becoming a Reddit thread.
4 points of
4.
what is it? Lightning damage. 4 points. Just
Okay.
Hey, damage is damage.
yeah. I like these dice, but they're hard to read.
And
I have that problem.
she starts casting something and starts trying to get up from under you.
Counterspell again.
I was gonna use that too, but yeah, you can do it.
You save yours.
You got
You save yours. You save yours. Is it 3rd level or lower?
It's a 4th level.
So then I got to roll.
Yep.
If
So
she
that's
got
it.
up, Hipley gets his Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Yep. Did she get up or she's laying prone still?
She's trying to get up.
Okay. Counterspell. I have to roll 10 plus the spells level, so 14. All right.
One's gonna hit. I got 18 for one of them. Other one's not gonna. It's too low. Would 18 hit? For an Eldritch Blast. Oh, it's after the counter spell.
Okay. Intelligence. Gotta make an ability check. I was reading it. Okay, I rolled a 12 plus 4. That's 16. Ooh, it's a 14.
That counters.
Beautiful.
Not today, Chaw. You're going to stay and die.
And then you
And then she
unleash
gets hit
your
with the
Eldritch
page.
Blast.
So I get her with 1 for 10 damage.
That's like perfect timing. You're going to die. Pop, pop.
It'd be 10. Roll max damage on that. So yeah, 1 hits. Wicked page comes flying at her.
How much did you do?
She can't see it anyways. 10.
Nice.
It's for the rest of us. We're enjoying this.
We are.
I feel like when your papers come, it's like just tons of paper cuts.
Yeah, that's the
Death by 1,000 paper cuts.
that would sting.
Sting. Oh.
All right. We are back to the top, which is Desus.
Oh, I'm so glad no one got close to her, so I can like just keep focusing that lightning
Zap
right
her.
on her.
Jada's
her.
close.
I'm not
She
that
within
close.
5 feet?
No.
No.
Then you're
you
good.
gave a shocking grasp to her. You had to touch.
No, I
Oh, but
did
you-
a distance
right.
spell.
You moved back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Char needs to do another deck save.
I didn't even think about the lightning. I'm glad I didn't actually move all the way up because at first I said I'm going to move all the way up. I
Failed.
said, no. I'm going to move up
Sweet.
just a little bit.
7
her!
plus 5, 12,
Uterus!
14, 16
God.
lightning damage.
And it comes down, and she just stands there like a smoking, blackened form, and then her knees buckle, and she falters. You know, she's trying to get up, and she falters. Her knees go to the ground, and she looks around at everybody. She doesn't look around. She's blind. She tries to do something. She raises her hands to try and cast, and then she falls forward to the ground.
Look around.
Confirm the kill.
Eldritch Blast. Just go over to the-
Go over and just. All right. I think I'm the closest. I'll
Look at him.
walk over, take out my longsword, and just kind of like poke her a couple of
I was
times with
I
it.
was gonna hit with another lightning breath.
How do I get down?
We all just pile in. Just like,
Just-
Lightning!
Jada, I read all you have to say and think at the same time is down, and you'll go down. You just have to think it and say it out loud.
Down.
Quietly.
I can just turn it off, but I think that might be kind of. Yeah, you just come down. That's. You're probably safer.
Dwayne's just like hacking the head off. I just really want to be thorough.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to-
release my concentration on the storm.
I'm
As-
going to
as she's-
investigate Char's body. when we
That's
get
what I was gonna
down.
say. As she's hacking the head, I'm going to walk over and check the body since we're right there, and I will cast detect magic to see if there's anything magical on her as we're doing it.
First time of the night for detect magic.
Yeah,
One of her eyeballs is magical.
Oh,
pop that out of the head.
Hold up a beheaded
oh
head.
that's not cursed at all.
Take that eyeball out. I'll pop the eyeball out of the head. Yeah, just like that.
So, this she just seems like, oh.
Did you just pop her?
Anything else?
Did you
As we're
pop an
searching, her,
eyeball?
anything else?
And there are some potions in the folds of her garments that are, I mean, they're burned, but the
slimy.
glass around them seem to have held. And
Gonna rub off the
You think
dust.
these are good? I mean, Char made them, so you think these are like legit?
Well, I mean, she'd have to heal herself, right?
Yeah, but
Unless I don't know.
And-
you could get her appraised.
there's a ring on her that is magical, and there's a dagger that's black, and it's a kris, which is a blade that that's curvy like that. Yes, and it's black. The blade is black, and it seems to not really have any, like, light doesn't show form, but you can kind of tell it's there.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Kind of neat though.
Yeah, these are magical. We need to check them before we play with them.
I was gonna say
I'll
like
just
it's.
hand them to you. Like,
Cerridwen
hey.
attunes first. She's not like you.
Yeah, right.
Guess that's
How many
all like,
potions were on her, by the way? Just so I know, so I can mark how many.
There were
potions.
4.
All right, 4 potions.
and she's dead after the extra stabs and stuff and beheadings that were done.
And Eldritch
before.
Blast.
An eye popping. An eye popping.
Eye popping. Right.
well, they're kind
Pop
of
noise.
going over their body. I'm just gonna walk over to Jada and put a hand on their shoulder. How you feeling?
Don't know. She was kind of all I had for a really long time.
Well, you have us, and I think we're in a better position than she is.
Yeah, that's fair. She said... She said something that made me think that maybe the person that made me is still alive.
Oh. That is an interesting thing.
Yeah. I guess we'll never know now.
I wouldn't say that. Sometimes things like that can still make their way.
And you have a very
Sure.
good research team.
Yeah, we are
Thanks,
quite.
guy. That makes me feel
We
really
are.
good.
We are quite the book club.
Is that our name? The book club?
I don't know. I'm just
I'm okay
saying
with
it to
book club.
see if it sticks. See if we
Nice.
Named my
feel.
book club.
I like it. Yeah. No, it's good.
Vesryn will be shamed by his father.
He's already shamed by his father.
Oh no, my father's upset with me. What's new? Dwayne.
I'm gonna run and see if those people are okay, because I'm like, okay, those people are down. I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
check on those
get those.
people.
s-
So I'm just
speaking of
running
that,
to see.
Before you do that, can you remove the plants that you grew?
Oh. Let me look.
I trip over one as I try to get over to the people. Like,
Because I mean, there's
You
a
get
lot of
caught up
plants
in
this.
them.
ow.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can release the spell or if it like stays permanently once it's
I
cast.
think
It's
it
not
just makes the
constant-
plants
It's
grown.
not a concentration, so
I
they're
think I
just
just twisted
there.
an ankle.
They're just there.
Oof.
No, sorry, they're just there.
Right.
It'll make a nice park when it's all
Right down the middle of the street.
manicured.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for like a box or like some kind of burlap sack or in the barrel or something, so I could like put Char's body in it, because I don't know, she feels weird. I don't want to leave just this beheaded hag in the street, so she's just gonna like stuff it in a barrel and like.
Hold on, I'll just set it on fire. And we'll just
Okay,
burn
well,
it.
I mean, we'll just. I don't want to light a fire in the middle of a street.
Okay,
Where do you pull these plants there? I mean, I don't know if we can do, fire.
I'll move it to a little bit further away, but we should just burn it.
Yeah, I vote we burn it. Jada,
Yeah.
do you want
I'll
to
just-
burn it?
Burn the hell out of it.
All right, let's make it.
I'll just keep pelting the body with fire bolts until it's just ash.
I went through Eldritch Blashes because I can't do fire, but you know what?
I'll help with the fire.
Make her tender.
Yeah, well, we'll go and like just prop her against.
You know what? I'll just guiding bolt. I don't get to do it. I'll guiding bolt her.
The people are just watching, just like, whoa, okay.
There's a lot of
the
pent up
people-
rage here.
All the people
are they
are on
okay?
the ground.
I'm checking them out. Are they alive? Like, or any of them?
Yeah, everybody seems to be alive. They just can't get up.
Oh,
Are the little
Oh,
dolls still there?
Yeah, they're over
I'll
under
go-
where Char was.
So what
I'll
do
go
we do?
lift them up.
Oh, they all stand up.
I'm going to dispel magic on this item here, on these items, like this item that's holding them all together.
You still have one?
Actually, I can't actually. Damn it!
and
I'm going
you'll
to say
do
to
a
them, I'm going to
ritual?
pull them. I'm going to pull them. No, dispel magic's not ritual.
Okay.
I'll pull them over to me, and I'll point to Char. So as they come over, as they get over, as you can see, Char here, use this to control you. We've dealt with Char. I'm going to, after I rest, I'm going to dispel the magic that has all of
Do
the
it now. We can't
Unfortunately,
move.
Unfortunately, my magic is tapped at the moment. If you give me an hour to rest, I can build the
If you want
strength
us to
up to try.
put you somewhere, we can.
I
we
mean-
can walk you to like a park or the beach or something nice.
There's a lot of them.
Well, anyone, maybe you can play them a song or something, maybe we can make the best of this.
Yeah, if he just needs an
okay.
hour to get.
I just need an hour. I'll set them
All
down
right,
like
yeah,
loosely so they can actually sit down.
Sit them
I'll,
down.
I'll see that.
I'll start playing
This is
some music for them.
And I'll
A captive
transfer
audience.
an hour.
I
I'll
guess I'm still like a bright glowing being right
there
now.
we
So
go.
like,
You can dance to the music. That'll be like a nice show.
I'll get Hippie's down, dude. He's like, you know what?
Hey,
Just give me a little bit of time to rest, and I will attempt to break the magic on this.
their captive audience. They're gonna love it. They don't have a choice.
I'm gonna read to them. I'm gonna read to them too. Like, yes.
They can't leave.
I'd like to use an hour to do a short rest to use my ability to regain one spell slot for the day.
I'll use
Okay.
counter charm if that will help. I don't think
And-
it's a save though.
and,
This might work.
and if nobody else does anything, then after the hour, I will attempt to dispel
Yeah.
the magic on it.
Okay, make me a roll.
All right. I don't know if this will work. Let's see.
Guidance.
Yay!
Jesus comes out of left field.
How did we dispel it the last time? Is that how you did it when we had it on our own? Because we found our own ones and we figured out how to do it. Was it through
so.
dispel?
I rolled a 13 plus 4, so that puts it at 17 plus 1, so 18.
And everybody is able to start moving again.
Thank God.
Is everybody okay?
Thank you. Oh my God. You
The
killed...
book club is at your service.
Yep.
The traveling book club is at your service.
Wow. That's
We do
actually
travel.
kind of amazing.
Currently, we're reading. I'm going to mention off Dwyn's book,
Thundering
Thundering
Hearts.
Thundering Hearts. Right now, that's a book we're reading. Just in case anyone wants to join or is curious. Just saying.
We're the traveling book club. We right wrongs where we find them, and we look for great books. So if there's any great books that you know of, please suggest them.
Amazing. 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 Amazing.
And the... Hold on.
We always bring the best stories with us.
Yes. I'm exhausted.
You killed the blight. You've removed the gray blight from here.
Wife. The great
Blight from wife.
Could they char?
If only we killed her by the knife.
You kind of just
Yeah.
like point to like
Yeah,
the
you-
burnt charred corpse.
You remember that one of her nicknames was the Gray Blight. And it
Oh,
was,
okay.
Of course we did.
you know,
Yeah,
she,
she's
She
terrible.
removed.
she had a bunch of nicknames, but
Yeah, of course we did. She was terrible.
That's what book clubs do.
It's a book.
We remove hags.
The power of knowledge, the blight will be free of your mind.
Oh my God, that was so
Listen,
funny.
book club has a few rules. Rule number 1: remove hags.
Thanks.
Rule number 2: talk about book club.
Book club.
Rule number 3, wear gloves.
Wear gloves. Oh my
and
god.
everybody is ecstatic, and they thank you profusely. They offer you food and places to stay and rest, and
I whisper, everyone, here comes another festival. Here we go.
I was about to say, this calls for a
Oh,
festival.
yeah.
Like,
definitely.
The traveling book club
yeah.
defeated the blight.
Yeah.
We'll call it BookCon. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Every year from now. Oh my god.
And everybody rejoices and celebrates with you. None of them were killed by this. They were just controlled by it. So there was no
that's
death
good.
in the city
No casualties.
from it.
Yay.
Oh my God.
Even the ones
The
that were
best
trampled.
part.
There were some injuries though, right?
The ones that were trampled.
Yeah,
Already.
some of them got run over, but none of them died. They just got smushed. Some of
Better than
them
some Black Friday.
Yeah, we tried use.
almost drowned, but didn't because it wasn't long enough. It spread out across the area pretty quickly.
I would use some of my spell slots to use healing word and stuff on those people. But
Still trapped under the growth.
I'll just cast Song of Healing. I mean, Rest, whatever. Song of Rest. I'll just start playing.
And they all feel like a weight was lifted off of them. And unlike Elixia, like the weight really feels lifted. Like they're not still down from things, and you just get profusely thanked over and over. People toss coins, even some of them, where they can.
Okay.
Offer to bring you in for food.
I prefer a book, so if you want to keep the money, if you have any good reads,
Sorry.
Vesryn will be polite, but he's actually going to move away from all that stuff and just kind of reflect on today's stuff. So
Oh, he's
Dwayne would
shy.
be like, Dwayne would be into
no,
it.
he's not shy.
No, he's not.
She's more of an extrovert. So she's just
I'll
growling.
join.
yeah, at this
Browsing.
point, now that I'm happy and we've been slinging magic and stuff, I'm druid crafting crowns for everybody, just like daffodils and daisies. Just like,
I love it.
there you go. There you go.
And in a matter of like an hour, there are carts rolling out with liquor and beer and ales. There are musicians that start arriving, and it literally goes from a fight scene to a fancy dance and party in the span of an hour that really brings in like the whole town. The music gets louder and crescendos and just stays at this high point, and it runs into the evening and keeps on going. And a lot of the musicians now from being out at the band shell, and they're here and they're excited and
Yeah.
People know what a festival.
Hang out with them and
they live for
jam.
festivals and dance and stuff. So,
I want to talk to
them.
and as the festival runs into the night and you enjoy yourselves with your newfound whole town of friends, we'll say goodnight for the night with dancing and singing and
I thought
drinking and
I
food
thought like another hag was gonna come.
And brooding. Vesryn's brooding,
And
which she
then-
doesn't normally do.
I was going
brooding.
to say that Jada does join you, Vesryn, to brood. I do that all the time. So.
Oh, that's a bonding moment for sure.
Yeah.
Co-brooding.
Go brooding. Yeah. It's like commiserating.
A book club classic right there too.
Yeah.
Read that we brood.
And with your flowers that you were given by Desus, you're really wallflowers now at the party.
Oh. Amazing.
Traveling wallflowers. That'd be
Yeah.
embarrassing to get your ass kicked by that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We will see you next week. Have a good night. Minor Illusion 42. Nice to see you. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Night.